Not my words, not my rules. I just enforce them, all right? Swarming on everybody who dared to oppose. Swarming on everybody who dared to oppose.
Jesus is the way and the life and the King of Israel. We just lead with love.
We're really at a crossroads here. Look around you. It's drag queens in schools. It's 18-year-olds joining OnlyFans. It's the filth on TikTok. It's this country not having a border. It's the idea that our kids and we, this generation, are never gonna own anything. Think about it. Never making an income to support a family. Never being able to have a family. People being corrupted before they're even a teenager by things on their phone. Sick addiction to technology. The future is so bleak. But that has changed the calculation.
God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't tell you they is, can we?
Press.
There is no future if we do nothing now. There is nothing to lose. People that are scrambling, trying to protect their ever-shrinking share of what they have are foolish. It's all going away. This country is being ripped apart and raped and looted. We're being slowly poisoned and in some cases quickly murdered and assassinated. And we're killing ourselves every day, inadvertently, with the kinds of things that we eat and breathe and drink and see. People have got to start to radically begin to obey their conscience and tell the truth and do the right thing. People have got to start to get courageous. And this is the time for everybody to turn and look to God and to pray and to ask for strength and to ask for wisdom to get through this time and to transform and sanctify this country. And the alternative is that there will be no country. Is it really only as big as low gas prices? Is it really only so big as bringing inflation and gas prices and the corporate tax rate back down? It's not about waiting for someone to come in and change the policy and make it better. It's a personal decision that we all have to make. to become soldiers of Christ.
Would you look at the time? Would you look at the time? The broken clock is right again. Would you look at the time? Print your apology forms. I told you so.
When I get home, I want you. When I get home, I want you.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast, choke until I have
If they repealed birthright citizenship, his wife wouldn't be a citizen anymore. I know no other country. This is my home.
We brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
Wall.
so much, everybody. Can I just say, are you trusting the plan yet?
When I get home, I want you.
how much REM sleep you're getting. They know your resting heart rate. They know how many calories you consume. Think about the ways that they can manipulate you. You have a computer in your refrigerator, computer in your car, computer in your home security system, computer in your everything, computer in your clothes, your watch, your glasses, your VR headset, your alarm clock. You have a smart home, economy of things. It's like total rape of everybody by the system forever. My life is like a first-person video game, you know? This is my primary. This is me walking down the hall. This is my primary weapon. Press circle to interact. Press circle to interact with this item.
At the end of the day, here's the question. Is it worth it to save the country? Does the country matter? Is it worth it to preserve our civilization? Is it worth it to preserve our religion? Maybe bigger than that, is the truth worth it? What is the truth worth to you? What is telling the truth worth to you? Is it worth something, nothing? What are you willing to give to tell the truth? All you need is Jesus. All you need is prayer. These material appetites, they will never be satisfied, and even if they are, it'll never be an adequate substitute for communion with our Holy Father, with somebody, with the author of the world. And every mother and father understands the love for a child, and that is how we were made. We were designed that way, because through that experience, we could understand, by analogy, God's love for us. It says in Revelation that God will wipe away every tear. And that's like, to me, it makes me want to cry when I read that. People experience these things in their lives. We've all been there, where you feel like the whole world's against you, the walls are closing in, and you read something like that that says that God, like our Father, our Creator, is going to wipe your tears off your face. Christianity is love. Our God is love.
Holocaust denier named Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
He's back!
Jesus Christ was our past, Jesus Christ is our present now, and Jesus Christ is our future after we die on earth. We want this century to be the most Christian century in the history of planet Earth.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
When I get home, I want you.
We can't be held hostage by this country forever. When will it end? When will any leader put their foot down and reassert American sovereignty? Do we run the world or does Israel? Do we even run our own country? Do we control our own military? Do we control our own government or does Israel?
When I get home, I want you.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
When I get home, I want you. When I get home, I want you.
soon as people start playing games, I stop. I stop playing games. And at any moment, I can hit that yay button.
Jesus is the way and the life and the King of Israel. We just lead with love.
We're really at a crossroads here. Look around you. It's drag queens in schools. It's 18-year-olds joining OnlyFans. It's the filth on TikTok. It's this country not having a border. It's the idea that our kids and we, this generation, are never gonna own anything. Think about it. Never making an income to support a family. Never being able to have a family. People being corrupted before they're even a teenager by things on their phone. Sick addiction to technology. The future is so bleak, but that has changed the calculation.
God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't tell you they is,
corporate
can we?
press.
There is no future if we do nothing now. There is nothing to lose. People that are scrambling, trying to protect their ever-shrinking share of what they have are foolish. It's all going away. This country is being ripped apart and raped and looted. We're being slowly poisoned and in some cases quickly murdered and assassinated. And we're killing ourselves every day, inadvertently, with the kinds of things that we eat and breathe and drink and see. People have got to start to radically begin to obey their conscience and tell the truth and do the right thing. People have got to start to get courageous. And this is the time for everybody to turn and look to God and to pray and to ask for strength and to ask for wisdom to get through this time and to transform and sanctify this country. And the alternative is that there will be no country. Is it really only as big as low gas prices? Is it really only so big as bringing inflation and gas prices and the corporate tax rate back down? It's not about waiting for someone to come in and change the policy and make it better. It's a personal decision that we all have to make to become soldiers of Christ. Somebody does not murder Charlie Kirk because they voted for Kamala Harris. People do not stab young girls on trains because they're born black. People do not shoot Palestinians in the back of the head or cheer it on just because they're Jewish. The people that do this are lost. They have to be isolated and segregated out. A new consensus must emerge. Are you in favor of a society with meaning? A society where life is sacred, where life has sanctity, where people's lives and their dignity and their integrity is respected? Or are we going to live in a society that is a never-ending war between nihilistic tribes, warlords, savages, pagans? I see an emerging consensus, and I think that the mature people that actually love America, actually love our children, the people that recognize the division, the peril that we're in, we need to fortify a new consensus and rally the people of conscience, the people of decency, the people of humanity, the people of charity towards their fellow man, against those that want to kill us, against those that laugh and celebrate when innocent people are harmed.
for any reason, for any ideological reason, against the people that are cruel, the people that are hateful. And by that I mean the people that are really cruel, not the people that say things you disagree with, not the people that are provocative, not the people that are sometimes angry, but the people that are really cruel and really evil. What makes Christianity and Christ so different from the other religions is that our religion is based on the bearing of suffering for the sake of even those that persecute us. An overflowing of love, an overflowing of self-giving love, so much of it cannot be contained. An unconditional, absolute standard of love for all of God's children, even those that are misguided, even those that persecute us, even the most heinous among us. That is what makes us different. That is what makes us good.
The Canary Mission is an Israeli-funded blacklist, which since July 2025 has been confirmed to be used by the Trump administration to target students, professors, and professionals who oppose Israel and reside in the United States. This idea is part of an initiative created by the Heritage Foundation, the same group responsible for the infamous Project 2025. In their initiative, titled Project Esther, they state that students participating in pro-Palestinian protests and activism are supporting Hamas, a group that the United States designates as a foreign terrorist organization. Therefore, pro-Palestinian students are considered to be supporting terrorism and are subject to the revocation of visas, frozen bank accounts, asset seizures, and the denial of basic constitutional rights. In effect, the Canary Mission serves as a means to circumvent constitutional protections, allowing the federal government to engage in intelligence gathering activities that would otherwise be considered unlawful. But the Canary Mission is not alone. Palantir, another company closely aligned with the State of Israel, uses AI-driven analytics to maintain private databases on U.S. citizens and currently works with 4 federal agencies. While government contracting with the private sector is longstanding, the prominent influence of Jewish groups within these increasingly powerful organizations warrants careful examination.
I renew the call for all able-bodied young American men, all of our elite human capital, all of our geniuses, warriors, intelligent people to dedicate themselves to American sovereignty and independence as Christians, as Americans, as white people, as citizens of the United States. And anybody that settles for anything less is just as much of an enemy. I would actually consider them worse than our oppressors. So on Independence Day, it's important to reflect on the fact that we are an occupied nation. Now, just like then, we're being ruled by a small country across an ocean, serving itself at our expense. And as long as that is the case, I will always be obsessed with that. As long as that is the case, I will always be speaking out against that and fighting against that. And I will always be anchored, understanding that that is the fundamental struggle. As long as our presidents have to kiss the wall in Israel and wear a small hat, as long as they have to say that we want to make Israel great again and they're the greatest country ever, I will never be okay with that. Ever. And it doesn't matter what they offer me or us. It doesn't matter how they might try to placate us or appease our interests, the concessions they'll make. As long as that is the case, it is unacceptable. And And that's what it means to be an American. How did we get here? This is not a timeline going back to 1948. What had just happened before the 2016 election? Barack Obama created the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, or the Iranian nuclear deal. And Barack Obama brought together China, Russia, Germany, France, the United Kingdom, and the United States and the European Union to enforce a nuclear deal that restricts Iran's enrichment of uranium. The early talks were conducted in secret, and the Israelis were furious about this. They hated Obama. Netanyahu went to a joint session of Congress and gave a speech in defiance of the American president and its nuclear deal, and Congress gave 37 standing ovations. This is the background of Trump's first election. 2016 election happens. Trump gets elected with the help of the Israelis. You don't believe me? There's a whole article about it. It's an excerpt from James Bamford's book, Spy Fail. It goes into great detail about the hidden collusion in the 2016 election. It wasn't Trump and Russia. It was Trump and Israel. And why was Israel so hell-bent on getting a Republican elected in 16? To scuttle the Iranian nuclear deal. And that's exactly what happened. That was the ask.
The United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal.
In 2018, Donald Trump declares the IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard, which is the military of the regime, a terrorist group. Green lights that group for sanctions, for attacks. Now the United States is in a shadow war with Iran. It culminates by January 2020 in the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. Soleimani was the architect of the axis of resistance. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, Soleimani built all of it. Are you starting to see? Obama had this solved. He made the deal. The Israelis hated him for it. They colluded with Trump to get him elected so that Trump would do maximum pressure and create a ladder of escalation, pulling us out of the deal, declaring the IRGC terrorists, then killing its leader, putting sanctions on the regime. This is a war that started a long time ago that Trump made hot in 2018 and has been going on for 7 years. That's the nature of forever wars. Just like in Iraq, which went from 1990 until today. Just like Libya, which went from 2011 to today. Syria, which went from 2011 to today. And Iran, which went from 2018 until today. That's the nature of forever wars. And if you're not paying attention to those underlying forces, you're gonna fall for it again and again. You're gonna be surprised and confused and coping over and over. And people are just tripping over themselves to do it again.
Who are you people? Don't you see the universe matters more than your meaningless squabble? Meaningless, huh? What do you know? Meaningless, spend most of your life ruled by enough. Watch your race dwindle to a handful, and then tell me what is more meaning than your own strength. Let the sky fall. Are you feeling angry, humiliated, as that is? Will you stand tall? You will be cut down inch by inch, the way you are cut down by pride. Let the sky fall.
Okay, I'm like 2 seconds out from just joining the Jews at this point. It's like I started out like the Jews are oppressing us, then it's like, no, the Jews are oppressing all of you. Maybe I need to help them.
You asked me why I'm doing all this. But even if I told you why, I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all. But let's say that I take the time to explain it to you. What do you think would happen then?
America first, but like actually it's kind of Israel first.
The Jews. Israel has so much control over our government right now.
We paved the way with our corpses. Groypers and all the alt-righters that got banned, all the alt-righters that got slandered, even people that killed themselves. Our corpses paved the way for you now to walk over. And you can't give us acknowledgement. Now you want to slam the door on us. It's not right. It's not right.
Okay.
Blacked out like a phantom. Your phone keeps having a tantrum. You won't boy got the party. This is on your national anthem. Full gold and platinum. My bro shit is on magnums. Got girls flocking all over cause I'm young, lit and I'm handsome. If you talk shit then I bang them. You're banged out in a mansion.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Wednesday. We have a lot to talk about tonight, lots to get into. Big show. The Jews.
Americanism, not globalism.
But they know the next generation is with us, and they're writing about it in the New York Times. They said anywhere between 30 and 40% of the White House staffers and congressional staffers are groypers. That's an underestimate. That's an undercount. It all means nothing if we don't get our people in office, if we don't get our people in government, and that's why I tell groypers, don't let them put your name on a list. Hide, conceal your views like they did. Like they did. Don't let Levin put you on a list. Your job is to get into the Ivy Leagues. Your job is to get into these offices, do what you need to do, say what you need to say, hold it close to the chest. But we bleed for America. That's why I like to raise the right hand. You don't have to broadcast it to everybody, and you can say what you need to say. But when we're in private, it's America first. It's Christ is King. And you're not going to know how many of us there are, and you're not going to know which one of us we are. And you're not going to get a good count, and you're not going to know all our names. And slowly but surely, you will be encircled, and you will be surrounded, and one day you're going to wake up in the Groyper party.
But as soon as people start playing games, I stop playing games. And at any moment, I can hit that yay button.
Not my words, not my rules. I just enforce them, all right? Everything swarming on everybody who dare to oppose. Everything swarming on everybody who dare to oppose. Everything swarming on everybody who dare to oppose.
Jesus is the way and the life and the King of Israel. We just lead with love.
We're really at a crossroads here. Look around you. It's drag queens in schools. It's 18-year-olds joining OnlyFans. It's the filth on TikTok. It's this country not having a border. It's the idea that our kids and we, this generation, are never gonna own anything. Think about it. Never making an income to support a family. Never being able to have a family. People being corrupted before they're even a teenager by things on their phone. Sick addiction to technology. The future is so bleak. But that has changed the calculation.
God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't tell you they is,
corporate
can we?
press.
There is no future if we do nothing now. There is nothing to lose. People that are scrambling, trying to protect their ever-shrinking share of what they have, are foolish. It's all going away. This country is being ripped apart and raped and looted. We're being slowly poisoned and in some cases quickly murdered and assassinated. And we're killing ourselves every day, inadvertently, with the kinds of things that we eat and breathe and drink and see. People have got to start to radically begin to obey their conscience and tell the truth and do the right thing. People have got to start to get courageous. And this is the time for everybody to turn and look to God and to pray and to ask for strength and to ask for wisdom to get through this time and to transform and sanctify this country. And the alternative is that there will be no country. Is it really only as big as low gas prices? Is it really only so big as bringing inflation and gas prices and the corporate tax rate back down? It's not about waiting for someone to come in and change the policy and make it better. It's a personal decision that we all have to make to become soldiers of Christ.
Would you look at the time? Would you look at the time? The broken clock is right again. Would you look at the time? Print your apology forms. I told you so.
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. No one's allowed to say that the blood is a quintessential part of this, that the blood of our people is something that is essential, that we are different, that America was different because we are different. Palantir is an AI data analytics company. They use artificial intelligence to look at vast amounts of data and create insights. If the government has an amount of data which is kind of unimaginable, if you've got every phone call, every email, every transaction, every photograph of a license plate on the highway, satellite data, it's too much data for a bureaucracy to sift through. Palantir comes in and interprets the data using algorithms, using artificial intelligence, using software to make vast amounts of data usable. That's what they are. And so many of the people that worked with Elon that came into the government through Doge worked with Palantir. Now that Doge is finished, Palantir seems to be just getting started. So much, everybody. Can I just say, are you trusting everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Wednesday. We have a lot to talk about tonight, lots to get into. Big show. The Jews.
Americanism, not globalism.
If they repealed birthright citizenship, his wife wouldn't be a citizen anymore. I know no other country. This is my home.
Gotta end it, that's on me. Need a new commander and a chief. brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
Wall.
Thank you so much, everybody. Can I just say, are you trusting brand ads?
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight.
he's got his strong beliefs. My love has got no power, he's got his strong beliefs. My love has got no fame, he's got his strong beliefs. My love has got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. Want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Na 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 na.
If we don't have freedom on the internet in the age of AI, we are going to be mind raped every day forever. Think about anything you've ever said or done in the vicinity of your phone's camera or microphone, everything you've ever put into your phone, and even things that are not necessarily so scandalous, but even things like your favorite restaurants, your geolocation, because your phone also has a GPS. They know where you are at all times. They know where you go and when. They know what you buy. They have access to your bank account. AI will literally know everything about you. Everyone you know, your relationship to them, your tastes, your preferences, your habits, your whereabouts, your routines, your schedule, when you're asleep. They know how much REM sleep you're getting. They know your resting heart rate. They know how many calories you consume. Think about the ways that they can manipulate you. You have a computer in your refrigerator, computer in your car, computer in your home security system, computer in your everything, computer in your clothes, your watch, your glasses, your VR headset, your alarm clock. You have a smart home, economy of things. It's like total rape of everybody by the system forever. My life is like a first-person video game, you know? This is my primary. This is me walking down the hall. This is my primary weapon. Press circle to interact. Press circle to interact with this item. At the end of the day, here's the question. Is it worth it to save the country? Does the country matter? Is it worth it to preserve our civilization? Is it worth it to preserve our religion? Maybe bigger than that, is the truth worth it? What is the truth worth to you? What is telling the truth worth to you? Is it worth something, nothing? What are you willing to give to tell the truth? All you need is Jesus. All you need is prayer. These material appetites, they will never be satisfied, and even if they are, it'll never be an adequate substitute for communion with our Holy Father, with somebody, with the author of the world. And every mother and father understands the love for a child, and that is how we were made. We were designed that way, because through that experience, we could understand, by analogy, God's love for us. It says in Revelation that God will wipe away every tear. And that's to me, it makes me want to cry when I read that. People experience these things in their lives. We've all been there, where you feel like the whole world's against you, the walls are closing in, and you read something like that says that God, like our Father, our Creator, is going to wipe your tears off your face. Christianity is love. Our God is love.
Holocaust denier named Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
He's back! Jesus Christ was our past. Jesus Christ is our present now. And Jesus Christ is our future after we die on earth. We want this century to be the most Christian century in the history of planet Earth.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight.
Angelina, give it to me. Angelina, give it
lion could from his courage be proud.
Over every single thing.
That the lion himself would learn to kneel.
They pull the strings.
That a lion would not care, even if his line died.
Things have to change.
That the lion himself would accept such a deal.
And they have to change right now.
In the end, it was only to themselves they had lied.
I am your voice.
We can't be held hostage by this country forever. When will it end? When will any leader put their foot down and reassert American sovereignty? Do we run the world or does Israel? Do we even run our own country? Do we control our own military? Do we control our own government or does Israel?
When I get home, I want you.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight.
They believed a lion could be brought to heel.
They have total control.
That a lion could from his courage be proud.
Over every single thing.
That the lion himself would learn to kneel.
They pull the strings.
That a lion would not care, even if his line died.
Things have to change.
That the lion himself would accept such a deal.
And they have to change right now.
In the end, it was only to themselves they had lied.
I am your voice.
poop diddy whoop scoop. Poop poop scoop diddy whoop whoop diddy scoop. Whoop diddy scoop.
My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no power, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no fame, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. Want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, want more and more, people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Na 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 na.
There is something involved where we have to forgive them. We do have to forgive them for their ignorance. We do have to forgive them for their misunderstanding. And we have to embrace them and say, better late than never. Welcome to the right side of history. Welcome to our massive vision, our massive and ambitious vision for how we want the world to be.
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. If they repealed birthright citizenship, his wife wouldn't be a citizen anymore. I know no other country. This is my home. Can you call it a movement when you have no motion? You can call it a movement because you have no motion.
As soon as people start playing games, I stop. I stop playing games. And at any moment, I can hit that yay button.
Not my words, not my rules. I just enforce them, all right? Swarming on everybody who dare to oppose. Not my words, not my rules. I just enforce them, all right? Swarming on everybody who dare to oppose. Swarming on everybody who dare to oppose.
Jesus is the way and the life and the King of Israel. We just lead with love.
We're really at a crossroads here. Look around you. It's drag queens in schools. It's 18-year-olds joining OnlyFans. It's the filth on TikTok. It's this country not having a border. It's the idea that our kids and we, this generation, are never gonna own anything. Think about it. Never making an income to support a family. Never being able to have a family. People being corrupted before they're even a teenager by things on their phone. Sick addiction to technology. The future is so bleak, but that has changed the calculation.
God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't tell you they is, can we?
Press.
There is no future if we do nothing now. There is nothing to lose. People that are scrambling, trying to protect their ever-shrinking share of what they have are foolish. It's all going away. This country is being ripped apart and raped and looted. We're being slowly poisoned and in some cases quickly murdered and assassinated. And we're killing ourselves every day, inadvertently, with the kinds of things that we eat and breathe and drink and see. People have got to start to radically begin to obey their conscience and tell the truth and do the right thing. People have got to start to get courageous. And this is the time for everybody to turn and look to God and to pray and to ask for strength and to ask for wisdom to get through this time and to transform and sanctify this country. And the alternative is that there will be no country. Is it really only as big as low gas prices? Is it really only so big as bringing inflation and gas prices and the corporate tax rate back down? It's not about waiting for someone to come in and change the policy and make it better. It's a personal decision that we all have to make to become soldiers of Christ. Somebody does not murder Charlie Kirk because they voted for Kamala Harris. People do not stab young girls on trains because they're born black. People do not shoot Palestinians in the back of the head or cheer it on just because they're Jewish. The people that do this are lost. They have to be isolated and segregated out. A new consensus must emerge. Are you in favor of a society with meaning? A society where life is sacred, where life has sanctity, where people's lives and their dignity and their integrity is respected? Or are we going to live in a society that is a never-ending war between nihilistic tribes, warlords, savages, pagans? I see an emerging consensus, and I think that the mature people that actually love America, actually love our children, the people that recognize the division, the peril that we're in, we need to fortify a new consensus and rally the people of conscience.
Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. It's going to be only America first. America first. The American people will come first once again.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show for you tonight. Very excited to be back here with you tonight on Thursday. We have a lot to talk about, lots to get into. Big show. Oh, well. Yes. Our featured story tonight, we're talking all about the full, complete, total surrender. You see this morning? First thing this morning, our border czar, our based border czar, the medieval grug, Tom Homan, announced the complete and total withdrawal of ICE from Minneapolis. Decisive, utter defeat. It's over. Game over. No more deportations. It's done. And we're going to talk all about it. We'll get into it. I told you this was coming. I don't know who is exactly surprised by this information. We knew this back in January. As a matter of fact, we knew this in December. We were headed in this direction since at least December, which is to say that the administration was going to alter their policy. They had already been altering the rhetoric. They were going to shut down the mass deportations, the raids, the patrols, and they were going to switch it over to these precision deportations, targeted enforcement of criminal illegal aliens. We knew it when Renee Good was shot. We knew it when the other guy got shot, that this is where it would land. And now today, officially, Tom Homan in a press conference announced that their surge of ICE personnel and Border Patrol in Minneapolis is over. He said the operation is concluded and they are fully withdrawing. And honestly, what is the cope? Like, what's the cope now? What is the five-dimensional chess play? What's the strategy? For all of the plan trusters that are out there, all the pro-Trump people, what's the excuse? There is none. It's over. And we'll talk all about it tonight. I got to turn my phone off. I got people fucking texting me. There's nothing that irritates me more than that. I'm in the middle of a show. Fucking 100 people texting me. So hard to stay focused. But we'll talk about all that. We'll get into it. Utter vindication on this one, too. Because this is exactly what I said would happen in 2024. We're just watching it play out in slow motion. So we'll talk all about that. We're also going to talk tonight about the defunding of Homeland Security, which looks like it will happen tomorrow. We were going to talk about this a couple weeks ago, and then I just never got into it because it's kind of boring. But Congress is supposed to pass this huge series of appropriations bills to fund a number of departments and agencies. They split it up. And the reason they did it is because the Democrats do not want to pass any funding for Homeland Security. Democrats are conditioning their support for funding Homeland Security upon this 10-point plan. They basically want a George Floyd ICE. They want a George Floyd Border Patrol and ICE. The Democrats are saying they will not give any money for Homeland Security unless the Republicans agree to this huge package of restrictions on how ICE can carry out their duties. And that includes things like body cameras and like a national guideline for rules of engagement. They got to get rid of the masks. Bunch of different things that will basically reduce the effectiveness of ICE as they carry out the deportations. Republicans are giving some concessions, but it's not enough. And so now we're hurtling towards a partial government shutdown. It will only affect Homeland Security. And even within Homeland Security, it will not affect ICE or Border Patrol, ironically enough. It's only going to affect the Coast Guard, the TSA, the other agencies within Homeland Security. And that will be shut down until there can be some agreement on how we're going to deal with ICE, how the Republicans are going to restrain ICE and their ability to do their duty.
So if we have time, we'll talk about that too. Should be a pretty good show. Although I got to admit, it's kind of a slow news day. It's been a very slow week. There's like nothing going on. Content drought. I'm bored. Don't you feel that way? I mean, we are really in the thick of it here. We're second year into the second Trump administration. Winter, it's like the worst 2 months of the year, January and February. By far, in my opinion, the worst 2 months of the year. I feel like there's nothing going on. I was going to cancel the show because I'm like, there's literally nothing to talk about. But I had to do the show because I need to do a victory lap about ICE. I just have to. I don't know. I almost am tired of doing it because I've just done it so many times at this point and we've been doing it to death. But I just really want to drive it home. I really want to drive the point home for all these people that I was so right and they were so wrong and they couldn't have been more wrong. And at this point in time, we just have to make them feel bad. We have to demoralize them. And that's honestly why I do it. That's why I do the show. That's why I do shows like this. It is to demoralize. And some of them say that like it's a bad thing, like they figured me out. They're like, he doesn't want you to know that he's running a demoralization campaign. No, I do want you to know. That's exactly what I'm doing. I am intentionally and self-consciously and willfully demoralizing you. And I'm doing it consistently and habitually over time in a concerted effort to make you feel bad because you need to feel bad. Everybody that voted for this needs to feel bad. You need to feel worse than you feel. You should be embarrassed and you should feel despair. I want you to feel despair. You need to feel hopeless. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you don't, and if you don't feel bad, I'm not doing my job. If you don't feel despair, you're going to do it all over again in 2028. So people say, are you doing this because you want to help the Democrats? You're a secret liberal. You're a secret Democrat. This is why. Because if I don't absolutely impress upon you how hopeless you need to be, if I don't make you feel despair, you and your shithead idiot family and friends, you're going to do it all over again in 2028. Okay, bookmark this. Screenshot this post, save it in your camera roll, and put a keyword on it so you can AI search it in 3 years. Mark my words. These people that are still trusting the plan, these people that are still coping and shilling, these people that are still meat riding Trump, giggling and slipping it back in, reverse cowgirl on Trump. Mark my words. The only reason they are doing it now is because they are preparing you. They are getting you ready for 2-3 years from now when they are going to try to foist J.D. Vance upon you. And we're going to do it all over again. We're going to play the same game. So remember in 2024 when I told everybody, don't vote, follow the money. We're getting a war with Iran, corporate tax cuts, H-1Bs, and no mass deportations. Remember when I predicted that in June 2024? And I said, I'm not voting and you shouldn't either. I said, I'm not voting unless he explicitly commits to actually remove everybody, actually implement an immigration moratorium, and specifically refuse regime change in Iran. And everybody said I was crazy. Everybody said I was a plant. I'm a Democrat. Everybody said it's the FBI. And now you learned your lesson. We're on our way to a war with Iran. The army is getting ready. A second aircraft carrier is being prepared. Deportations are over. You need to feel ashamed and embarrassed. You need to be despairing because they are preparing you. They're getting you ready
to do the same thing in 2028. They're going to foist J.D. Vance, and it's going to be the same rhetoric. Golden Age, a Creed concert. We're going to have a Jib Jab Staying Alive edit, and it's going to be Vance and Vivek and all the usual suspects. So I'm sorry, but we have to do this. We have to do this over and over again until you're ready. But anyway, that's the purpose of it. We'll get into all that tonight. Before we do, I want to remind you to smash the follow button on Rumble, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. Go to our merch store, Fuentes.store. We have the hats, we have the quarter zips, we have shirts, sweatshirts. Check it out. If you want to support the show, subscribe, become a Plus member at AmericaFirst.plus. $15 a month. Quick and easy. $15 a month. You get access to the entire archive. $100 a month. You get to be in a group chat with me. And I gave a little preview of the show in there, and I was chopping it up a little bit tonight before the show. So check that out. That's AmericaFirst.plus. One other thing before we get into the actual news, we have another story about clavicular tonight, and that's why I'm a little bit late. I told you I was going to do the show at 9:30. I wound up going live at like 10:30, and that's because I was watching clavicular stream, and the reason being is because he was conspicuously released from prison in Phoenix, charges dropped, and then all of a sudden he's on this flight to New York City for this Milady rave party. And I'm sure for the vast majority of people watching, you don't even know what that is. You've never heard of it. And I'll tell you what it is, but it's very weird. He gets sprung from jail. Charges dropped. He was facing 8 years in prison. All of a sudden, no legal problems. And just as quickly, he's on a jet to New York for this party. And he's in the New York fashion show, and then he's going to this after party. And the after party is hosted by Remelia Corporation, which created this NFT called Milady. Now, you don't need to know all the details. All you need to know is it's a teal adjacent project. It is a Peter Thiel adjacent project. You have this scene in New York City, and they're all pretending to be fashion people and artists and filmmakers and things like that, but really it's all heavily subsidized by Peter Thiel and his cronies. And they're all pro-Vance, and they were all pro-Trump, and they're all pretending to be artists, and this is supposed to be kind of like a cultural offensive. They're like supposed to be the cultural vanguard of the Peter Thiel political project. Heavy overlap with cryptocurrency and Ethereum, overlap with Curtis Yarvin's operating system, overlap with all those different projects that are going on, Sovereign House and Passover Press and all this kind of stuff. And anyway, they all hang out. And this is where Clavicular is going. He's going into the belly of the beast, into this Peter Thiel art collective wannabe tech scene in New York, and he's popping up there, and it's very random, and everybody's kind of wondering, what is he doing there? And is this in any way connected to his invitation to the Peter Thiel party, or the fact that he was just sprung from jail? Because he gets sprung from jail, and now he's at this party, and these guys are not particularly famous. They got a little bit of money, a little bit of zort, so maybe they got paid, who knows? But the timing was a little weird. So he pops up at the party, and I saw all these people tweeting about it. They were saying, oh my gosh, Clavicular's going to our party. Clavicular's going to be at the Milady rave. We're so back. They said a year ago, Milady had no cultural relevance, total L, just no motion at all. They said, wow, we turned it all around. We're winning. Clavicular's going to be at our party. And I was just watching the stream. He pulls up to the party. He's there for 30 seconds.
Everybody there's a total freak. It's like a freak show. Rizless chuds coming up, trying to shill their NFT. The manager comes up and tries to kick him out. She gets fucking mogged. She gets literally mogged to death. She falls apart into a million pieces. They tell him he can't film. He turns around and leaves after 10 minutes. And I know a lot of people don't really know what that is, and maybe they don't really know the significance, but for the people that do know, so delicious. Actually delicious. And this is just a little piece of advice, okay? This is a little reminder to everybody in Dime Square. This is a little reminder. Here's a little piece of advice for everybody in that scene. You are not cool. You are fucking lame. Your entire scene is lame. You suck and you are nothing. And you will never, ever compare to the Groypers. You will never have the same or even remotely close to the same level of cultural relevance and motion and effortless authenticity and aura as the Groypers, because you are nothing, because you are fake, you are Jewish, you are propped up by fucking weird defense tech money. Fuck you and your party that I wasn't even invited to. You just got mogged to death. You just got frame mogged. So I saw that. I was like, dude, meme magic. As always, nigga, as always. So good. Because I saw that and I was like, wow, he's pulling up to the party. I was like, this sucks. I was like, now all these shit-eating Dime Square posers are going to get to act like big shots for a night. Oh, Clavicular came to our party. Oh, we're cool or whatever. Guys, it's so Jewish, it's not even funny. Like, if you knew, I mean, I would spend time explaining it, but it's niche, and I don't really feel like it, but just trust me when I tell you, it's so Jewish. I'll give you an example. Last year, when Trump was inaugurated, when this big Jewish shit show began, at Trump's inauguration, Milady, the same group, they hosted an after party for the inauguration. And what did they call it? I think they called it like the Golden Age Ball, or I don't know, something really gay. And they had this like big party in DC and all these people were there. And dude, there were like a dozen people in kippahs at that party. There was like some Mossad chief. There were rabbis. Laura Loomer was there. It is the most Jewish shit you have ever seen in your life. And they all think they're so cool. And it's like, you're not cool. You're fucking Jewish. And anyway, so I was kind of like, I saw he was going to be at the party. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, but no. Wang halves are undefeated. They just got mogged. So anyway, so I was enjoying that. I don't know if you saw the stream, but it was great. I don't even know if he knows who those people are, but he didn't even need to, because he showed up, he felt the vibes are off, and he left. And that's who you are. You know, that I just want all of them to know that's who you are. Clavicular shows up to your party. You know, you guys think you're cool on the internet. You're not. You're just paid money. It's a sinecure. An actual cool, normal young person shows up to your party and is disgusted. An actual cool, normal person shows up to your party. He is there for 5 seconds and he is disgusted. He sees exactly what you are. It took him all of 10 seconds to see exactly what you are. He saw right through you and he left. And that is going in the GQ article. It is going in the GQ article. And yeah, so we're enjoying that. So WClav, I was watching the stream. I was watching Sneeko. Sneeko has like no chill. What is this guy's deal? I go into Sneeko's stream and I'm active in the chat. I hop in the stream. He's talking about Islam and I just make a joke. I'm like, I got to get some Zamzam water because that's like, I don't know, the prophet's water supply in Saudi Arabia. So I literally come into Sneako's stream and I'm like, hey, I got to get some Zam water. And dude has zero chill. He just starts ruthlessly attacking Catholics. He's like, oh yeah? Well, Catholics baptize their babies like this. I'm like, dude, like, relax. I'm like, I'm out of here. I come into the stream, I'm trying to hang out, and then it's just like Catholics catching strays. He's attacking the Pope, shitting on me. I'm like, is this how you treat your chatters? Now I know what it's like to be a super chatter. I'm literally in the chat just being like innocent and making a joke. And bro took it personally. Bro declared a jihad. I literally go in the live chat. I'm just having fun. And bro's like, Allahu Akbar. I'm like, dude, fucking relax. It's jokes. These fucking towelheads have no chill at all. Can't say anything. I wasn't even making fun of it. I was just saying like, Zam water, LOL. Holy cortisol spike. Sneako's got like a little high cortisol thing going on. I don't know what that's all about. We need to work on that. The cortisol, I don't know what it is. It's like a PTSD from the Clubacost. Sneako's got a little PTSD from the Clubacost. It's like, you know, when a veteran sees a firework go off and he cries. It's like, I don't know. Anybody says anything to Sneako and the cortisol spikes and it's a jihad. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll go in. I don't need to sit here and get attacked. So I went to Clav's stream and I was watching that. And it was good stuff. But anyway, he met Brett Cooper. Did you see that? It's just like the greatest show in the world right now. Honest, no meat riding, but the Clav stream is just like, it's the best thing happening on the internet. It just is. Did you see him meet Brett Cooper? Dude, and Brett Cooper, dude, she wants him. It's crazy. She could barely contain herself. She was trying to jump out of her skin. I think she went there just to meet him. She's dissing him on the stream. Sneako texted me. He's like, she said we have aura. I'm like, dude, she wants him. She's negging him. She's like glazing us to make him jealous. How do you not see through this? It's just like 101, bro. Sneako texted me the clip because Brett Cooper said, Sneako and Nick actually have aura. They're actually cool. Clav is lame. And Sneako's like, she said we have aura. I'm like, Sneako, how do you not see what she's doing? She's negging him. She's glazing us to make him jealous. It's so transparent. And then she flew all the way to New York, literally just to be in his presence. She flew all the way to the New York Fashion Show to make a cameo, just to be in his presence, just to download the aura in real life, just to actually feel the frequency and the vibrations in real life. It's what it is. It's what it is. I tell it how it is. That's what I saw. So that was it. She was like, hi, Clav. It's like, bitch. It's like, come on now. Keep it in your, like, hey, relax, okay? So anyway, so this is good stuff, guys. This is good stuff. This is great content. He's walking the runway with his phone in hand. Brett Cooper, Moggs and Milady Freaks. Dude, he told Pariah the doll, get me a burger, then left. It's so peak. Anyway, but that's that. We're going to move on. We're going to get into the news, but I had to just, I don't know if everyone's watching this or is it just me? You know, huge news for the unemployed. Clav just mogged Milady Remilio party. Huge news for the unemployed. I don't know are you guys seeing this? I have no one to talk to about this. All my friends are wages. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to get into our news, but that was good stuff. And that was good stuff. All right, but we're moving. Everybody says it's just you, total meat riding. Fucking whatever, dude. Meat riding. Just you, this is gay. All right, sorry. Let's get back into politics. All right, well, we are going to move on. We're going to get into our featured story. I don't know about you guys, but I'm bored with winning. I am absolutely sick and tired. I am disgusted with all the winning that is going on. Our featured story tonight is all about Tom Homan, who announced at a press conference this morning that the ICE surge in Minneapolis is concluded. It's over. He got up today and said that the surge of thousands of Border Patrol and ICE agents is now officially done. And after they initially withdrew 700 agents last week, they're now withdrawing the rest of the agents. And it's over. And this is the story. This is from the Washington Post. It says, quote, Border Czar Tom Homan declared an end to Operation Metro Surge in Minnesota following widespread protests against immigration raids that led to the fatal shooting of 2 American citizens by ICE agents. Homan alleged the operation led to more than 4,000 arrests since it began on December 1st and said it targeted serious offenders in an effort to improve public safety. 4,000 arrests in 77 days. You know how many that is per day? 55. Okay? So all of that for that. Think about it. We deployed, 7,000 ICE and Border Patrol agents into Minneapolis. They were conducting patrols and neighborhood sweeps, and they were doing targeted enforcement. And there were riots and protests, and Targets are getting blown up, and Marriotts are getting torn down, and it's anarchy in the streets, and 2 Americans are dead, and ICE agents are getting beaten to death with shovels. All of that for 55 arrests per day. 55. Okay? Now, in 2025, on average, ICE arrested about 1,000 people per day, and that gave us just around 350,000 arrests for the year. 230,000 removals. Okay? So last year, we did, 1,000 arrests per day, maybe 600 deportations per day. This was 55. Double digits. 55 arrests per day. And this was the biggest surge of ICE and Border Patrol in any city to date. The biggest surge, the biggest operation. Commander Bovino, Commander Holman in Minneapolis. Oh, we're going in. If you're illegal, you better go home. 55 per day. A grand total of 4,000 in 80 days. 4,000 in 80 days. Dude, it should be 4,000 every fucking day. It should be 4,000 per day, not 4,000 in 2.5 months. And that's your biggest operation since Trump got into office, and now it's over. Okay? Just for context, these are the numbers. The article goes on, it says, Holman's announcement came 2 weeks after Trump officials removed Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino, who had been leading the operation. Holman said the operation was ending because Ellison had agreed that state and local jails might work with ICE to detain and deport immigrants who have been arrested for crimes. He said officials may notify officers about an immigrant's imminent release and allow them to make arrests inside jails instead of on the street. Minnesota officials have said they already communicate with ICE and facilitate the transfer of serious offenders from state prisons. So just so you understand what that is, we'll explain it a little bit more in a minute, but what they're describing, they're saying that ICE is leaving the city because now if someone gets arrested for murder and they go to jail, the police will give that person to ICE. So they're saying, we don't need 5,000 ICE agents in the city because now we have an agreement where if someone gets arrested for a horrible, violent crime, well, then they'll just get turned over to ICE. and this is a relief. This is supposed to be good news. That's an Obama-era policy. That should already be happening. That is already happening. That's a given. Of course, if someone gets arrested for a violent murder, they get deported. Of course, they get turned over to ICE. That's the status quo. They already do that. But more on that in a moment. It says Holman acknowledged internal failures in Operation Metro Surge, noting he increased internal affairs presence in Minnesota and informed officers there is zero tolerance for misconduct. He also said he required Border Patrol agents to embed with ICE officers who have more experience with internal enforcement and issued body-worn cameras to officers. In a sign of fissures in Trump's camp, Holman acknowledged the hate from some Republicans who want the president to keep his pledge to deport undocumented immigrants regardless of their criminal history. Holman said, "Oh, we are, but we're prioritizing those who are the biggest threat to our community, the rapists, the murderers, child molesters. That's the right thing to do." So Republicans are unhappy, saying we want every illegal immigrant deported. And Tom Homan said, oh, we're definitely going to deport everybody, but first we're going to do this targeted enforcement. Just one problem. Washington Post says that approach would not enable Trump to deport millions as he and Miller have promised. More than 11 million unlawful immigrants reside in the United States. As of mid-2024, fewer than 700,000 immigrants had criminal histories. Okay? So let me paint a picture for you about this administration. It is 2026. We are entering the second year of this administration. And this mass deportation thing, it is already finished. It's already cooked. It's over. Think about it. Trump deploys the biggest surge of immigration enforcement personnel to Minneapolis to date. You've got thousands and thousands and thousands of ICE, Border Patrol. I believe there were even a few hundred National Guard at one point. And they deploy in Minneapolis, remember, in response to the fraud which was discovered in the Somali community, that Somalians were stealing upwards of $8 billion in government money for these fraudulent nonprofits and programs. And so in response to this discovery, this is supposed to be a showcase. This is supposed to be a demonstration of force. It's not strictly about the numbers. It's also about establishing a precedent. Think about it. You have this YouTuber that goes in and he finds out that all of these Somali daycares and nonprofits are a front. This is a fraud operation, and they are defrauding the taxpayer out of billions and billions of dollars for fake food nonprofits and for disabled people and homeless and everything you can think of. And so Trump, in the spirit of mass deportations and law and order, deploys a small army of ICE, Border Patrol, National Guard to get to the bottom of it and deport these people. And again, it's not just about the numbers, it's about sending a message. And the message is, this is Trump's America. And in Trump's America, we are going to protect the integrity of our system. And that means not just our immigration laws, but also the public dole, also the tax base. Because after all, why would anybody pay taxes if it's just being taken and given knowingly to people that shouldn't even be here so that they can buy luxury cars or give it to people in Somalia? Because that's what's going on. People are paying taxes and the government knows it's fraudulent, but they're making the payments anyway. And these foreigners are taking that money and they're buying luxury goods, and they are sending it back in the form of remittances and who knows, other kinds of corruption to their homeboys in Mogadishu. So Trump goes in to say, we are bringing it and we don't play around. And this is what happens if you fuck with America. If you break the laws, we are going to come down on you very hard. Okay. Well, Trump goes out there and again, they're not even doing anything. Okay? And this is something that needs to be acknowledged at the beginning. They're doing all of this. And, you know, if we back it up to where we were back in December, realize they're not even doing anything. There's this big show of force, but that's really all it is. It's just a show. They have DHS investigations going door to door for the cameras, so they can post on social media, so they can tell the public, hey, we're doing something about it. They're not getting to the bottom of anything. They're not really making any arrests. They're not uncovering any huge scandal. They are literally there as a show of force and nothing else. That's all it is a big gesture. It's a big performance. It's a demonstration. And literally for the cameras. They have people there in uniform. They have walking a beat on foot so that their social media person can film it and they can issue a press release and they could post it on the socials. And that way Carpe Donktum and Cat Turd and DC Drano can retweet it to their idiot followers and defend this ridiculous administration. And they can say, see, it's not a total corrupt disaster. They're doing something. So let's just get it straight. It's totally fake to begin with. They're not even doing anything. And we know that now that it is over. 55 arrests per day? How many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Somalis live in Minnesota? How many of them are there on TPS? How many of them are there on a temporary protected status technicality that was actually revoked last year? And you're arresting only 55 people per day? There's a lot more than 4,000 illegal immigrants in the city of Minneapolis. It's a big city. That's for openers. So you have this horrific scandal, and it's a layered scandal. It's illegals. They're illegals from Africa. They're Muslim. They're complete aliens and foreigners. Somalia has like the lowest human development index in the world. I think they're like 193rd or 192nd. They're like bottom of the barrel, literally the worst country in the world. They're all here illegally and they're stealing. So Trump sends in DHS to pretend like they're doing enforcement in response to the performance. You have the radical left activated. And I know some people take issue with my use of the phrase radical left, but that's what they are. These are local activist cells. These are local chapters of different groups. They are socialist, they are communist, progressive, far left. And that is the basis under which they're organizing. Like, that's what they are. They are far left, decentralized, networked, extremely organized on social media, funded, some say by billionaires, and I tend to believe that. And so the far left deploys into the city to thwart the deportations. And you've seen this. They're organizing in signal chats. There's some claims that they're working with the government, that the mayor is in on this, that the governor's in on this, that some of the Democrat city machine is in on these activist group chats. And they're organizing to basically harass and impede ICE and Border Patrol. And you've seen the videos on social media. They're taking pictures of license plates to identify ICE vehicles. Then they've got spotters placed around the city to look out for the vehicles. And when they see them, they then deploy the activists. And they deploy them in vehicles and on foot to either harass the vehicles, honking the horns, alerting illegals, or they're using their vehicles to box in ICE, or they're on foot getting in the face of ICE agents and physically confronting them, harassing them, impeding their operations, impeding actual arrests and law enforcement duties. And so this is happening now in Minneapolis. Again, layers to it. In response to this, Trump sends in a few hundred National Guard and he beefs up the presence. Initially, there were only a few thousand ICE agents. Trump beefed it up. I think he doubled those numbers, increased them by 50, 100%. And he bolstered that with Border Patrol to deal with the protesters. So you have a small contingent there to make the arrests of the illegals and investigate the fraud. Protesters come out in full force. So then Trump deploys National Guard and Border Patrol to deal with the protesters. Well, the protesters only escalate. The agitators only escalate, and their numbers are growing. And there's these huge protests and huge encounters. And as we all know, what happens next? They start getting killed. Renee Good gets killed. Alex Preddy gets killed. And there's this convulsion across the whole country. You get the wall-to-wall media coverage. There's riots in Minneapolis, huge protests coast to coast. There's this effort on social media unlike anything I've seen since George Floyd. I see people on Instagram posting about, we need to support immigrant voices and we need resources in the community and all that kind of stuff. It all makes a big reappearance. And this is where we are in January. And this is actually the moment of decision, okay? It's all, you have to understand, everything is building up to this point. And when I say everything, I mean everything. When Trump ran in 2016, he said, we have an illegal immigration problem. There's way too many of them here. There's way too many coming over. We have an open border. We need to build a wall and kick these people out. And he has fought so hard for 10 years. The election of 16, the impeachments, the fraudulent election in 20, the Stop the Steal, the J6, the indictments, the assassination, elected in 24. It is to deal with this problem. It is to deal with the globalization of our country through population replacement. And so we are here. He runs on a platform of mass deportations to undo the 10 million that Biden brought in. And there's this mandate to achieve it because the problem is so out of control. Trump gets $150 billion, I think it's $190 billion with the big, beautiful bill last year for this purpose, for a wall, for ICE, for deportations, to do this. Okay, so we've arrived. We're here. This is a moment of decision. This is the confrontation. We have fought all this time to get to this point. Elections, impeachments, indictments, prison sentences, censorship, assassinations and assassination attempts, appropriations, just to get to this point where the rubber meets the road and ICE is finally going to go into these major cities and start rounding these people up and throwing them out. And as expected, this is not going to happen without pushback. It's not going to be easy. You're not going to deport 20 million people without resistance. You're not going to do the largest deportation operation in U.S. history without encountering some pushback. It's not going to be easy. So here we are. We've arrived. What does Trump do? Well, like always, he completely and totally and unambiguously cucks. He chickens out, surrenders, capitulates immediately. He folds. This was your moment. And by the way, it could be no other way. There is no other way this could go. If you want to deport 10 million people in 4 years, you need to deport thousands and thousands of people every single day. If you're deporting thousands of people every single day, you know what's going to happen? Some people are going to fucking die. It's just the way it is. Thousands of people every day for years. Yes, some people are going to be arrested who are citizens. And it's a big mistake and a misunderstanding, but statistically, it's gonna happen. If you're gonna deport 10 million people, what are the odds that one of them or a dozen of them or 100 of them are gonna get caught up in this accidentally? And so the media is gonna say, due process, Fourth Amendment, out of control, right? It's inevitable. And if they're saying that, and if illegals are being hauled out of their communities, and if there's a huge ICE visible presence in the streets, there's going to be left-wing protests. To get thousands and thousands of people out, you're going to need a shit ton of cops everywhere, all the time. And they're going to be militarized. And they're going to be hauling a lot of people out that don't want to leave. So they're going to be crying and screaming and carrying on and resisting. And some of them are going to get their asses kicked. And some of them are going to get separated from their kids. And like I said, some of them are going to be detained improperly or mistakenly. And all of this is going to create resistance. Resistance from the left, which is sympathetic to these people. Resistance from the Democrat machine, which relies on them to harvest votes and other things. Resistance even from the business community, because they rely on these people for cheap labor and for consumption and other things. So, in other words, it could go no way other than this. Then you're going to get massive backlash. You're going to get protests. You're going to get riots. You're going to get agitators attacking ICE. All of this is unavoidable. And what are you going to do to those people? You got to arrest them and kill them. If you have left-wing agitators firebombing ICE facilities, shooting ICE officers with a sniper rifle, boxing them in with an SUV with an AR-15 in your lap, if they're getting in the middle of an arrest, if they're running over an ICE agent with the car, you know what? Yeah, a lot of these people need to be arrested, and some of them, it's unavoidable, they're going to be in an officer-involved shooting. And that's going to provoke more of a response. But this is the fight. There's a word for this. It's called a war. Okay? And war is not easy. War is the highest form of human organization. And this is what it is. Fighting for every inch, every hill, every valley, every river, every choke point, taking land, and you're advancing. And you're going to take shots, and some people around you are going to go down, and there's going to be complications, but you deal with it, and you advance. You always advance. It's a war, and this is what it's going to be. Don't you realize this? You know, there were a lot of people when these protesters got killed who said, you know, I support mass deportations, but not like this. There's no other way. How would you physically remove 10 million people from this country and not make any mistakes? How would you do it? How would you remove 10 million people without asking somebody, do you speak English? Without accidentally detaining somebody that happens to be a citizen? How do you do this without provoking a left-wing response that is violent? And how do you do that without one of them dying? I mean, you saw those videos of Alex Preddy. This guy was unhinged. He was deranged. He got his ribs broken by ICE. In another altercation, he's flailing around, kicked the taillights out of one of ICE's cars. He got thrown to the ground. This guy was a lunatic. He's there with a loaded gun in his waistband and 2 other magazines in his car. What was he there to do? What are we supposed to do with a guy like that? And it's inevitable that guys like that are going to be created by a policy like this at volume. So this is the fight. And if you're not willing to stomach some dead agitators, if you're not willing to stomach some brutal tactics to put down these protests, tear gas and riot shields and all that stuff, if you can't stomach family separation, if you can't stomach the militarization of ICE, then you don't want mass deportations. And you know what else? If you don't want mass deportations, then you get a mass amnesty. There's no other option. You either get all of that with mass deportations, and if you don't deport 10 million people, then 10 million people just got an amnesty. 30 million people just got an amnesty. 30, 40, 50 million, however many there are, they just got an amnesty. They just got a free passport to the United States, and their kids won the lottery. Citizenship and a passport, and that is their ticket to our schools and our health care. That is a ticket to our welfare system. That is a ticket to our welfare state, our safety net, voting, all of it. And that's unacceptable. If you amnesty 30 million people, you don't have a country. What right at that point do you have to say that some other foreign national can't come here and overstay their welcome? You can't. You amnesty 30 million people, you don't have a country. You don't have a border. And what credibility do any of the laws have? If 30 million people can come here, they're here illegally, they should be removed, and they're staying against our will. We don't have a country at that point. So this is how it has to be. All of this. It's necessary that it's necessary to get to the conclusion to go through these things. The only way out is through all of this. And what does Trump do at the moment of decision? Total surrender. Before Renee Good was even shot, the White House was talking about recalibrating. Remember? Before Renee Good was even shot, before her body hit the floor, the White House was talking about changing the strategy and recalibrating and focusing on those so-called criminal illegal aliens. Remember? Then Renee Good got shot, and Trump went on a press conference and said, we're only deporting the criminals. Then the other guy got shot. They relieved Bovino. They pulled out 700 ICE officers. Kristi Noem started talking about body cams. Stephen Miller started blaming everybody else. And it was over. And now they have slow-walked it, but ultimately they are retreating. First they took out Bovino. Then they pulled out 700 guys. They did it in a graduated way over the course of a month. And now in the middle of February, they say the whole thing is over. We're pulling everybody out. What else would you call this other than an utter surrender? This is a total surrender. And I see a lot of Trump supporters saying, no, that's because we won. No, they're not all the ICE agents are leaving. What else would you call this? And how do you think the left interprets this? You have the John Brown Gun Club deploying to Minneapolis. You've got these progressives and communists, DSA. They're all over Minneapolis. They're establishing checkpoints. They're getting in the face of ICE officers, overwhelming them and attacking them. And ICE makes the announcement, we're leaving. Our commander that everyone hates, he's out. He got sent to some other state. We pulled 700 out 2 weeks ago. Now we're all leaving. What kind of message do you think that sends to the left? Well, it's obvious to anybody who isn't delusional. The message that this sends to the left is that agitation works. If you dox ICE agents, if you attack their cars, if you interfere in their duties, if you riot outside their hotels, if you riot in Target, if you scream in their face, they will leave. If you increase the unpleasantness, if you show up and cause problems, well, the Trump administration has no balls and they will leave. If all you have to do is go out, all you have to do is go out and bang on pots and pans, all you have to do is go out and break the laws, run over some ICE agents, and they will back down. They will retreat. In other words, you will get what you want. Rioting works. You don't like what the government is doing? Just riot and they'll stop. You don't like that the government is deporting illegals? Just riot outside their hotel. Dox them, intimidate them, attack law enforcement, and they will stop the thing that you don't like. They will leave. And do you know what happens when you send that message to the left-wing agitators? They do more of it. They get emboldened. You just taught them something, which is if we riot, we get our way. So what do you think they're going to do more of? They're going to riot more. They're doxing, swatting, attacking Trump administration officials. Stephen Miller has to live on a military base because of the death threats. A lot of them do now. A lot of them need around-the-clock security. ICE agents have to wear masks because they know that if they don't, they're going to get doxed, and left-wing psychos might kill them. And you just taught every left-wing psycho and schizo, every tranny, every wannabe Luigi Mangione, every wannabe Tyler Robinson, hey, it works. Do more of that. The Trump administration will back down. They won. The left won, and Trump let them win. He served it up on a silver platter. He just gave up. And here's the best part. We're in the right. We have the law on our side. Trump is the president. He was elected. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. It wasn't a trick. He won the election on a platform of mass deportations. He won the House and the Senate. It also happens to be the law. He is using law enforcement to physically remove people that are here illegally. So we have everything going for us. You've got the popular mandate. You've got the executive branch. We are right. We have the law on our side. These are cops. This is federal law enforcement. The illegals shouldn't be here, and the agitators can't beat up law enforcement. And we gave up. We could use the law. We could use ICE. We could use the $200 billion for DHS. And we could throw all these fucking people in jail. And we would have every right and it would be legal. And we have a mandate to do it. We could put these people under the jail if we had the political will. What's stopping us? Not judges, not Democrats, nobody. You've got, how many ICE agents did they hire? 12,000? You got the detention space. You got the budget. Isn't that what the big, beautiful bill was all about? This was a decisive confrontation over mass deportations and against the left, and Trump blinked, and he lost. And what does that say about the country? Who's really in charge here? Well, we just sent the message that the anarchists are in charge. Think about it. Illegals are squatting in our country. The actual native-born citizens and the taxpayers are saying, hey, get the fuck out. You need to leave. You don't belong here. You cheated. You cut the line. This is not right. This isn't fair. We have a very generous system. How many immigrants do we allow to come here legally? Through family-based migration, chain migration, refugee program, visa lottery, work visas. This is a very generous nation. You fucking people have no right to be here. You're not refugees. You're not asylum seekers. You're economic migrants. You are here because it is preferable to live in our country that our ancestors built as opposed to your shithole country. Now, that doesn't make you an asylum seeker because you're poor over there. It just means you'd prefer to live here. Well, it's the obligation of our government to protect our stuff and the integrity of our borders and our laws and our quality of life, the order in our society. We go to the illegals and say, hey, get out. Well, they just vetoed that decision. We elected a president to physically remove them, and they vetoed that. No, we're not going anywhere. Again, we have law enforcement. Law enforcement is going in, arresting the agitators, the illegals, the protesters. The agitators are breaking the law. It's disorderly conduct. It's borderline insurrection. They're running checkpoints. They're vandalizing private property. They're assaulting law enforcement, spitting on them, punching them, vandalizing their cars. Once again, who's in control here? We elect a president, even in the other case, to deploy the National Guard to restore law and order in the left-wing cities. In Chicago, in D.C., in New York City, in L.A. What do they do there? They riot. Once again, who's in control? The criminals. The agitators, the communists, the anarchists, the murderers, the burglars, the carjackers. These corrupt Democrat machines. Think about why we're even there. We are there because the Democrat political machine in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, is funneling taxpayer money to this criminal illegal alien population. What a sucker you are. You're a citizen. You were born here. Your ancestors were born here. They built this place. You actually work. You obey the laws. You own a home. You pay your taxes. And the Democrat machines take your taxpayer money that you work for, and they give it to illegal aliens that have no right to be here from shithole countries that hate us so that they can send it home. And then they work with agitators when the government tries to deport those people, and you have a Jewish mayor, Jacob Fry, that says, get the fuck out of our city, and the agitators attack the cops. And this is our country now. That's who's in control. That's who's in control in LA, New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, DC. That is who is in control of our country. The homeless, the vagabonds, the burglars, carjackers, murderers, illegal aliens, scammers, fraudsters, corrupt politicians. That is who is in control. And you know, the whole point of electing Trump is that he was going to fight those people on our behalf. Wasn't that the shtick? You know, fight, fight, fight. Remember that? Remember when Trump raised his fist and said, fight, fight, fight? And they said that 6 million times at the convention. Trump is going to fight. He's our voice. He's going to win for us. He is a bitch. Trump is a bitch. He chickens out. I mean, what do we have to lose here? You want to know why they surrendered and retreated? Because they're worried about the midterms. You want to know why? Because the Chamber of Commerce called up and said, we don't like all these protests in the Target parking lot. We don't like all these protests outside our Marriott hotels. That's why. Because the Republican conference called up and said, hey, we're going to lose the midterms if this keeps up. This is really unpopular. That's why. That's why they're stopping. It is a decision that Trump made. Trump could do it. You're the president of the United States. You won the election. You have the law on our side. He could do it. He won't because he doesn't have it in him. And this loss cannot be overstated. Like, think about what we're now involved in. Like, think about what Trump is doing. He's going after his political opponents, like James Comey and all these other people, and these executive orders and the things that he's saying and the way that they're deploying ICE and doing this performative stuff. Look at how much you have pissed off the left. These people are insane. Another tranny shooting in Canada happens all the time now. Tranny school shootings, left-wing trannies assassinating people. These people are emboldened. You got guys like Zohran Mamdani say they want to tax white neighborhoods to pay for free shit for the poor. You got this guy running in Texas who says it's class warfare against the billionaires. We got to eat the rich. California, they're doing a wealth tax. And I know it's on billionaires and everything, but these Democrats are emboldened. The left is emboldened by what they're seeing, and they don't play. Trump has pissed them off royally. He has challenged them. They are coming back with a vengeance, and now Trump doesn't want to fight. Now Trump is totally caved. Who is going to be left now to pick up the pieces with all these people? When a Democrat wins in 2028 because of all this, what are they going to do to us? Trump is going to be fine. He'll pardon himself. He'll be in Qatar. He'll be in the Middle East somewhere with his family. What are we going to do? Do you know that when a Democrat gets back in, they are going to eradicate ICE? They're going to abolish ICE. They're going to open the borders. They're going to undo everything Trump did, and they're going to go in the complete opposite direction. And this is what I warned you about. These are these second-order consequences that nobody wanted to think about. Remember in 2024, I said that if we elect Trump and he doesn't do these things, if he shits the bed, that he is going to be an albatross and he's going to drag us all down. He's going to get blamed for everything. And we're going to get someone far left in 2028. But everybody said, yeah, but we need to buy more time. And, you know, he's the lesser of two evils. Remember? Nobody wanted to think about that long-term effect. Nobody wanted to think about those second-order consequences in 2024. But now it's becoming very apparent why a second Trump administration might not have been the best idea. And it's because he hasn't changed. This is the exact same thing that happened 8 years ago. It's identical. It's literally identical. Trump was elected in 2016 on build the wall, deport them all. And he utterly failed. It didn't happen. And he tried, and he backed down. He tried to do family separation, tried to get a border wall. 2018 midterms came around. It got too hot. He backed down. It was obvious that he had not changed at all in 2024. And that's why we're seeing the exact same story play out in 2026. And how do you think this ends, by the way? So Tom Homan has withdrawn us from Minneapolis. That's over. How do you think we're going to get mass deportations now? What does that look like? We deported 230,000 last year. You'd be lucky if you get 1 million total by the end of 4 years. How do you double that number? Well, to double that number, you need twice as many ICE agents, twice as many arrests, twice as many deportations, obviously. How are you going to do that in any major city after this? How do you go into a major city where the illegals are and start rounding them up in much larger numbers than you did last year after what just took place in Minneapolis? It's going to be the same. You go into New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, Dallas, it's going to be the same story. You try to get these deportations up, it's going to involve a huge ICE presence that's very visible. The illegals are emboldened, they will resist. The agitators will respond and turn out. It's going to be the same because they know the Trump administration's a joke. So how do you think it's going to happen? It's not. It's done. And they're already telling you that. Tom Homan said we're prioritizing the violent criminals. Trump said violent criminals. They said, why are we leaving Minneapolis? Because the police have made an agreement with us. You know what the agreement is? If a murderer gets arrested and they happen to be illegal, they'll be turned over to ICE. That's the agreement. So this is the end of those mass deportations, which are achieved with sweeping patrols and raids in neighborhoods. And this is the beginning of targeted enforcement. An Obama-era policy where they only go after criminals, or the local police turn over criminals to ICE who happen to be illegal. That's what that is. And as this article says, there's only 700,000 criminal illegal aliens that fit that description. So how are you going to deport 10 million illegals when there's only 700,000 that have committed a crime? And you've probably deported 100,000 of them already. Where are you going to get those numbers from? You're not. And do you know what's going to happen in 2027? It's not going to get better. In 2027, here's a little preview for you. We will lose the House in 2026. Democrats will control the House. In 2027, they will refuse to fund the government unless ICE is severely limited and constrained and restricted. And that will be the end of that. You see, on Polymarket, Democrats have an 83% chance of winning. You look at the generic ballot, favorability, job approval, it's absolutely miserable. Democrats are going to capture the House. That is where appropriations bills originate. And in 2027 and 2028, you're not going to be able to fund one agency or department in the government because the Democrats will demand that everything be defunded until ICE is effectively hamstrung and abolished. So you think it's going to get better? It's going to get worse. This mass deportation thing is on hold. It is on an indefinite pause while Republicans try to salvage their party in the midterms. But they're not going to do anything risky or sensational or effective until then. And then you get your lame duck period, the Democrats get seated, and then just like they're doing right now, Democrats are defunding DHS, and they don't even control any chamber. They have a minority in the Senate, and they're using it to defund Homeland Security over this. Wait until they control the House. Wait until they balance it out in the Senate. And they're going to shut this government down. It's going to be subpoenas, impeachments, indictments, select committees. It's going to be government shutdowns until you get sick to your stomach. And that's going to roll right through to 2028. And that is your second Trump administration. Those are your mass deportations. And here's the worst part, totally avoidable. Who do you have to blame? I mean, fuck these people. Fuck Tom Homan, fuck Stephen Miller, and fuck Trump. You let us down. You surrendered. You lost. Think about how they played these people up. Stephen Miller is autistically thinking about how to deport more people. Tom Homan is the man. Dude, Tom Homan went to Minneapolis to wrap it up. Trump sent Tom Homan to Minneapolis to facilitate the retreat, to facilitate the orderly surrender of ICE to the fucking communists and the Somali scammers and the illegal immigrants. And that is exactly what happened. I don't want to hear anything different from the plan trusters. That is exactly what happened. They went in there because of the YouTuber. They went in there because of Nick Shirley to deport the Somali scammers. They decisively lost. And Tom Homan was deployed to facilitate the orderly surrender of the city to the Jewish Democrat mayor, to Tim Walz, to the Somalians, to the illegals, to the Democratic Socialist hicklibs. And that is what has happened. And they have nobody to blame but themselves. You can't blame the Democrats. You can't blame Biden. You can't blame anybody. That's on you. That's on Stephen Miller. That's on Kristi Noem. That's on Tom Homan. And ultimately, that is on Donald Trump because the buck stops with him. It comes from the top. You can't blame bad advisors or bad personnel because he hired all of them. That is Trump's fault. And I don't know why anybody would vote for Republicans in 2026. I don't know why anybody would even bother showing up because what are we getting out of it? They said mass deportations to trick you into voting for them. They had no intention of doing it, and now they're letting us down. No mass deportation. We're staying home in the midterms. Forget it. How could you even have the audacity to ask Republicans to turn out when you have buried the Epstein files, we are on our way to bomb Iran a second time, and you have surrendered Minneapolis to the Somalian scammers? Why would anyone pay taxes for that matter? Think about how raped we are as a people. How raped can you possibly be? This is our country. We were born here. Our ancestors built it. We have citizenship. We obey the laws. We pay the taxes. We own the property. And you have illegal Muslim Africans scamming the government out of money. The Democrats are in on it. And if we try to fix the problem, they riot and ICE just walks away. They just walk away. When these degenerate freaks like Alex Preddy, who, I'm glad he's dead. When Alex Preddy, this psycho deranged maniac, goes to confront ICE and dies in the process, and the left is rioting, Trump and Border Patrol and ICE, they just walk away. They just give it to him without a fight. And you go and vote for more of it. You go and vote for more of that. I don't do it. I don't do it. I have some pride. People say lesser of two evils. I have some pride. I'm not going to vote for somebody to say they're going to fight for me and then surrender to my enemies. I'm not going to affirm that. I'm not going to positively affirm that. You don't get my vote. You don't get my vote of confidence after that. And that's exactly what took place here. And pay attention. All these people that are making excuses, make a mental note. Because they are going to expect you to eat shit again and again and again. The same people that you see on Twitter that are trying to spin this, the same people that you see on Twitter that are trying to pretend like this isn't a surrender, they're saying, actually, it's a win. Actually, Trump bent Tim Walz over. Anybody that is saying that, make a mental note, because the only reason they're saying it is because they are being paid under the table by the GOP, and they're going to try to get you right back on the hamster wheel in 28, and they're going to get you to eat shit all over again. You think it'll be different with J.D. Vance? Why would it be different? He's the vice president. Why would it be different? And by the way, where is JD, huh? Where is our guy, JD? Isn't it funny how JD, our guy, Our guy that's just like us, that plays Halo, the kind of guy that would order pizza with you and drink Code Red. You ever notice that JD is always there throwing himself in front of the cameras when it's something that the base likes? Like when Charlie Kirk died, he was all over the funeral. And he was on the Charlie Kirk show. Remember that? Whenever it's a photo op for one of these issues that the base likes, he was at the Turning Point convention. You know, JD is there. But when the Epstein files are being buried, where's our guy? I thought the posters were in control. I thought the frogs were in control. Where's our guy, JD? Where's our based vice president that follows all of the edgy accounts on Twitter? Where is he? When the Jewish sex trafficking ring is being covered up by his president, by his boss. Where's JD when ICE is retreating from Minneapolis and giving the city to the anarchists and the communists? Where's our guy now? Is he only there when there's a photo op? Is he only there when he can make a pitch to the base for the 2028 Republican primary? Because when this administration's crashing and burning, he's very careful about not being anywhere in proximity then. Very careful not to appear. He's not really working behind the scenes, not really in front of the camera either. Where's our guy? Where's Stephen Miller? Where's JD? Where are these people? Where are all these based people that are going to run our government for us because Trump is out to lunch? Where are they? Stephen Miller is a Jew. Okay, and he knows that, and you may not care about that, but he cares about that. You may think it's arbitrary, he doesn't. Okay, and JD Vance is whatever they need him to be. When JD thought that Trump was going to lose, he was a never-Trumper. And when he thought that Trump was going to fail, he was calling Trump a Nazi on CNN. And when it became apparent that he was going to need Trump's endorsement, suddenly he was at NatCon, which is going to be in Jerusalem this year, by the way. And now he's a national conservative. He's whatever they need him to be. Look at where he comes from. Nothing. Fake career, fake everything. He is a puppet of Peter Thiel. He is a puppet of Elon Musk. He is a puppet of these people. Everybody that's trying to tell you, base JD, base Stephen Miller, fuck them. Fuck Stephen Miller and fuck Vance and fuck Tucker Carlson. Tucker says Vance is so great. Hey, explain this one, man. Tucker is going to be right out there shucking and jiving. His son works for JD. Tucker had him on his show 46 times, I think. I lost count. Fuck them. These people are not going to take us to the promised land. It is a Pied Piper effect. I'm so sick of it, I can't even tell you. It is ridiculous. We should be winning. Shouldn't we? Don't you think? When do we get the winning? I remember we were going to get bored with winning. You're going to win so much. 10 years. People say it's only been 1 year. 10 years. Trump came down the escalator in 2015. It's been 10 years. Actually, when are we going to start winning? How many people need to get shot in the face? Charlie Kirk got shot in the face. Whatever happened to that? Trump got shot in the head. How many J6ers went to jail? How many people lost friends or a job because of the vax mandate, because you wore a MAGA hat? How many people got censored or lost their business or got debanked? To give up? We come all this way and this is what we have? You just surrender? Tom Homan goes up and says, well, we can, and he's so smug. Well, we concluded our operation. Really, man? Fuck you. What a joke. We need just like a straight up MAGA insurrection. Full-fledged, fuck this movement. Seriously. People need to make it clear. We are not happy. You can't cross us on everything. We are reasonable. We understand that politics is tricky, but you can't fuck us on everything. on Epstein, on Ukraine, on Iran, on AI, on deportations, on H-1Bs, on student visas. You can't fuck us on absolutely everything. And they're stealing, and they're corrupt, and they're stealing. Kristi Noem is running around with her boyfriend, allegedly, Corey Lewandowski, and they're stealing. On top of it, they're stealing with Trump coin. They're stealing with all these scams they're putting out there. And at what point are people going to have enough? At what point have people had enough of that? We have to stop being gaslit by these anonymous cocksuckers on Twitter. Laser eyes emojis, smug idiots, Jack Posobiec types. Are we trusting the plan? No, there is no plan. Obviously, there is no plan. Where's our fucking border wall? There is no plan. Where's our mass deportations? Where's our no new wars? Where's the infrastructure bill? Where's the middle class tax cut? Where is this stuff? Now they're going to say, well, we need to get this SAVE Act passed. You know that's not going to happen. You know it's not. The Democrats have 47 seats. How are you going to get it through? You can't use budget reconciliation. They say, well, we need the SAVE Act. You know how to do it. Get rid of the filibuster. So, they're going to pretend like they're going to do it. They're going to pretend like they're trying to. They're not doing anything. They know it's not going to happen. And they don't care. There's no urgency. They don't even care. They're not even trying. It is an elaborate performance. And that is why we have to burn it all down. Do you understand now? Are you getting it now? They said I was crazy in 2024. Now you understand this is why we have to burn it all down. All of it. MAGA, the Republican Party. We need something so radical and so extreme that it makes MAGA and Donald Trump look like a joke. You understand? We need something that is actually serious. It's not some billionaire that was on Epstein Island and he brings in Steve Mnuchin and Scott Bessent and all these people. We actually need the real deal now. You thought you were afraid of right-wing populism before. We need real right-wing populism, not a cynical demagogue exploiting the energy of right-wing populism. We need a real right-wing populism. I don't think you're going to like it. It's going to be cruder and uglier. It's going to be brutal. And that's what needs to happen. We tried. You thought Trump was the burn it all down candidate. You haven't seen that yet. Trump is an accommodationist. Trump has no ideology. Trump is hollow. And they wouldn't let us deport the criminal illegal aliens. It just needs to get more serious. So don't tell me, well, we need to hold the line. Look at how that has turned out. We tried that. Hold the line. We have to try it once more. We need Republicans to win. Like, why? Literally, why? Look at who controls Minneapolis. Look at who controls LA, Chicago, New York. Does it make a difference whether it's a Republican or Democrat in charge? It doesn't. I mean, it literally doesn't. So that's the capitulation, Minneapolis. It's so serious. It's such a problem. And it's just, they just failed. It's like with COVID. Trump could have kept the country open. He failed. He chose not to. He invented the vaccine. BLM. Trump could have put down the BLM riots. He decided not to. He thought it would help him in the election if it went on longer. Every opportunity, we have our guy in the White House and he just stands down. We need someone in the White House that is not going to do that. We need a Caesar. We don't need someone that's playing around in the Rubicon, We need someone that's going to cross the Rubicon. You understand the significance of this? We actually need a real leader that is going to cross the Rubicon. We need someone that is going to bring the army into America and fucking crush these people before they can crush us. Not someone that's going to, dip their toe in the water and say, oh man, well, we might do the Insurrection Act. We might deploy the National Guard. We're going to deploy 100 National Guard until they ask us to leave, and then we'll say mission accomplished. someone needs to go all the way. Because clearly, like, we have some severe problems and it's just not being fixed. So it's a complete disaster. I'm completely vindicated. And like I said, you need to feel angry. You should be angry. We won. You voted for this, and this is what you're getting. Your tax dollars. You're paying taxes, and they're being given to Somalians. Illegals. There's no law and order. You know, you pay a speeding ticket from a camera. Meanwhile, Antifa is punching a cop in the face and they get away with it. I mean, what are we doing here? We stand up and their game is over. You understand that, right? The white man stands up and their game is over. We already live in a country where blacks and Hispanics and shithead white liberals, they already don't contribute. They already don't obey the laws. They're already a drain on society. They're counting on white people to be well-behaved. They're counting on white people to be good little worker ants and go to work and pay your taxes and don't fight with the cops and vote Republican. They're counting on that. We stand up, the game is over. We start acting like they act, it's over. That's all I'm saying. Take your own side. Understand your power. Your power is in your vote, your dollar. You're a man. You're a human being. I mean, are we going to let our country go without a fight? Look at it. So anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. We're going to take a look at our super chats. We'll see what you guys have to say about all this. It's such a disgrace. I mean, seriously, these people they have to be ritualistically humiliated. Everyone that ever posted a Stephen Miller meme just needs to have their face shoved in the mud. You posted a Stephen Miller meme. You trusted this Zionist Jew to do your deportations. He is a typical smug, arrogant fucking Jew who does not care about Americans. All he cares about is himself. All he cares about is mean mugging for the camera, promoting himself and his brand. He is arrogant. He is flippant. He is smug. He is loyal to Israel. He doesn't give a fuck about you. And people say, Stephen Miller is doing the deportations. You should feel embarrassed. You are a cuck. You are an idiot. People talking about Stephen Miller. He's our base Jew. Every generation has one base Jew who's going to stick up for us stupid white people. What a joke. Yeah, do another picture where Stephen Miller makes a face like Curtis Yarvin, these Jewish idiots, these Jewish mediocrities. It's disgusting. All this shit about Stephen Miller and Tom Homan. It's just like, we're a joke. I lose my mind because that's all I see on Twitter is this slop. Base Stephen Miller, base Tom Homan, and these people, they're so amused with themselves. They're so smug. And look at the outcome. So predictable. Total cave. Total surrender. Chickens out like he does on everything. Where are they now? Where's base Stephen Miller now? Where's our base Stephen Miller and his wife Katie, the Jewish American princess? Talking about her Jewish... Cenk Uyghur's attacking my Jewish kids. For crying out loud, take your own side. Anyway, all right, but that's that. All right, we got to move on. We got to read these super chats. The super chats will not read themselves. Let me get, set up here. We'll see what we got. There it is. Okay. All right. So that's that. We got to have somebody run in 2028. It's never Vance. It is just so like on site. Never Vance, never Miller, never Tucker. Can the real America First rise up? All right. Let's take a look.
Jews stay killing Christ sent $20. How have you been, bro? What do you think about girl farts? Do they piss you off or is it just me? Joshua sent $100.
Okay.
Christ is king. Got any biblical advice for us tonight?
Thank you for the big super chat. Biblical, how about just advice? Thank you for the big super chat. I want trad advice. Give me some trad-based biblical advice. I don't know. What does that even mean? What is biblical advice? I don't know what that... Advice from the Bible? About what?
Gang shit, no lame shit sent $20. No glaze. But love the
Crazy
message this
question.
week. If you're a wimpy heritage male not ready to fight and die for this country, fuck yourself. Pam Bondi is allergic to charging M fare. The peace times your boomer parents enjoyed are over. Thanks Biden. And there's no substitute for victory. Use whatever strengths/skills you have and fight.
Yep.
Gang shit, no lame shit sent $20. Two halves if you're a plan truster. How can you not realize that Trump could hang Wexner by the balls on the WH lawn? Wish we could change the tone, but we have to vote as a 5% plus voting bloc to fuck the GOP in the ass. Maybe communist rule will wake up normies. Appreciate the message. It's time to stop fucking around.
100%.
America first.
100%.
Ian sent $20. After reading through the comments, I genuinely don't understand how you do super chats. It's all rage bait. Half the people are retarded and think they're mini you and the other half are just clap cucks in the closet telling everyone he mogs you. Shut up. The super chats are no better. We don't appreciate you enough.
Well, you definitely don't appreciate me enough. That
Tom
is
Smith
true.
sent $50. The real problem with Southern culture is Protestantism. Their ground is to hate authority, especially the authority of their father.
Okay.
They look at a cathedral and scoff. They don't see the grandeur of worship we give to the living God. Like Judas, all they can think about is the money spent. Don't tell me how to worship. Autistic children. P&D Groyer sent $20. SCOTUS will rules against Trump's tariffs because, on Lutnick's advice, he has used them as sanctions instead of a tool strictly for industrial policy. Lutnick did this on purpose and now his sons have been offering tariff refund trades. When the court mandates refunds to be issued, the Lutnicks will profit handsomely.
That's interesting. That's an interesting
David
angle.
Irving just standing there menacingly sent $25. Having the 80-something-year-old Holocaust denier climb out of his coffin to send you 2K yesterday wasn't on my 2026 bingo card. Hosier Groy sent $50. And so the Lord said, God when get so plenty love and aloha for the people inside the world, dat he went send me, his one and only boy. So dat everybody dat trues me no get cut off from God, but get the real kind life dat stated to max forever.
That's kind of blasphemous.
AF attorney sent $100. Following you since last June. You're doing this better than any of the rest. Your episode on Bondi lays out the problem with Trump and admin with impressive precision and efficiency. Wang, indeed.
Thank you for the big super chat. Glad you like the show.
Ubermich sent $20. Can't a Wang stand to pee anymore. Nick, check out Mussolini's Intellectuals. James Gregor. Great read on fascist political thought.
Okay.
John Porter sent $20. Boy, did you dodge a bullet with that Cassie chick. I saw her post today that looked like her older self ate her younger self. Pray to God tonight that nothing romantic ever came from your relationship with her. Lion Turtle sent $20. It's not about principles. It's only about winning. Then join the ranks of Bongino and Patel. Weak ass yes men with zero principles. Only cared about pleasing their boss. No integrity. You're a bitch without principles.
They lost. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Oh man, you guys are disabled.
Goy Smith sent $55. Your bit on Israeli moral hazard last night was great. Israeli reputation and federal backing of USD are both inflatable.
Yeah.
Neophyte 1 sent $20. Heil to you big unk. Show no mercy on the goyim. It's time to ascend or GTFO. The nail clipping from a single ascended groiper is worth 10 million goyim. Cookiesim sent $20. Have you heard of the grooming allegations made against Erica Kirk?
I think that's idiotic.
Persian German dyed Groy Pat
honestly.
sent $30. Refreshing to see a white boy with the right dig on Iran. God bless.
All right, well, don't call me white boy, okay? But I appreciate it. Yep. I just think protesters in general should be destroyed, but especially there.
Brandon G sent $100. Netanyahu paid the ASU frat leader to frame mug clavicular, so all going with know the pain of me mum dying in the holly. Hashtag 6 million views. Hashtag frame mug remembrance month.
Ugh. Horrible. Thank you for the big super chat. Just despicable.
Chris Knopp sent $20. If you were the leader of Iran looking out for the best interest of your people, would you not disregard the fatwa and create a nuclear weapon in secret, then have a public showing of them? It seems Iran is fucked if they don't. Would be crazy to sacrifice their country's future for a non-binding idea to not have one.
Yeah, 100%.
Based Obama sent $30. You mentioned Mearsheimer.
The fatwa arguably isn't even real. No one's ever seen it. They say it exists. And that is just a form of public diplomacy. If you think that's real, you are a very naive person. They are saying that it is rhetoric. Oh no, we have a religious commandment not to yeah, like, okay. They're hedging. Why do they need highly enriched uranium if they have a fatwa against bombs? I mean, seriously. They don't have a fatwa against ballistic missiles? Come on now. Like, don't be stupid.
Based Obama sent $30. You mentioned Mearsheimer is mostly wrong. Do you disagree with offensive neorealism or neorealism in general?
I am a realist, but when I say that, I mean that Mearsheimer, I respect him deeply and I watch him and I like his stuff. But Mearsheimer and the judge, they're just part of this brigade of people that seem to be wrong about all this stuff. They're always predicting the imminent collapse of Ukraine, the imminent collapse of Israel. It's always doom and gloom. And I just don't think they're being realistic about the fact that the U.S. is winning. Like, we are winning World War IV. At least we have been since 2022. So So I'm a realist, but yeah, I just think that guys like him and Scott Ritter and Jeffrey Sachs and all these people, Max Blumenthal, I think maybe there's a little ideological blinders
Abe 32
there.
sent $200 for your trouble, sir.
Hey, thank you for the huge super chat. I
NBA Valkyrie
appreciate
sent
it.
$20. I can look past the praise of Epstein or the desecration of our Super Bowl. However, the slander of cats cannot be tolerated. Bring on the parasites. Christ of King. Ballard Merck sent $20. The amount of disrespect Andrew Tate gets is honestly insane. Did we all forget who red pilled the globe in 2022? His impact gets overlooked so much. Honestly, think about if he never existed and took the risks he did. Where would the right wing be? Would the global ascendancy of the far right even be happening without him?
Very true.
White
I
nationalist
agree.
sent $20. Did you see Jeremy Carl today? He called said white replacement is real in his Senate hearing. He also wrote a book about anti-white racism. Is he an ally?
I don't know. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I saw that.
Broken Groy % $50. This movement is the realest I've seen in recent years. I'll blindly follow you into the sun, Nick. Thank you. Saluting face emoji.
Thank
also,
you.
shout out to Banana Nigga in the chat.
Appreciate it.
Baltaz sent $50. Thanks for all you do. Been listening since our SBN days. Crazy how many normal friends have gotten on board since the generational run. Only thing that keeps me from banging my head at some super chats is seeing them like the moment in ACR's meeting where the Autismo Peanut Gallery gets to raise their hands and comment. Keep it up. Sending prayers.
Since RSBN, I don't know if I believe you. How many people were there at RSBN? There's only like 100. But I appreciate it, man. If that's true, I appreciate your loyalty, but I don't know. I find it hard to believe sometimes.
Quarters of Groy sent $20. I hate to say it, but one of the only people addressing the files in a useful way is Adam Green. You two are the only ones offering meaningful criticism and exposing conspiracy/disinfo. How is Alex Jones still claiming Epstein had a bail bank account on his show yesterday?
Did he really say that?
Diddy Sprinkles sent $100. Bondi getting cooked the entire time yesterday, then tries to throw the anti-Semitism card. Then the judge yelled at her me grandma was in the Holocaust. We are living in a fucking South Park episode.
Oh, gosh, dude. Thank you for that, I guess.
CMS 9919 sent $20. 2016 Iowa GOP caucus. Only Trump and Rubio won one district. Redacted Epstein email sender says I won one district. BJeb. And refers to Trump in third person. Definitely Rubio. If proven, what happens?
It's not Rubio. It's somebody else. You misunderstood the email because you can't read.
Bro Hypermom grateful for Nick sent $20. My incredible teenage son is celebrating a milestone birthday, and a shout out would mean so much to him. You've inspired him, especially with your high verbal IQ. Every day, I write him a flashcard with a new challenging word to learn. Many from your show. Any advice for the last few years of high school? Thank you, Nick.
Is that real? High schoolers are doing flashcards with their mom? Well, happy birthday. Hope it's a good one. Enjoy. I don't know. I can't tell if these are rage bait or if these are real. I feel bad if it's real. If it's rage bait, I feel like an idiot. But hey, I appreciate it. Happy birthday. Enjoy. Good. Yes. Read books. Learn the vocab. Learn another language. Education is a lifelong pursuit.
Repeal the 19th
okay?
sent $20. Remember last year on Fox the 5 they was arguing about who has the most love for Jews and you got mentioned, and remember when you used to read $5 normal speed chats, you greedy Jew fag. Kill yourself.
Well, you see why. You see why.
Adolf H. African American sent $30. Hey Nick, I was thinking next year you should put on the America First halftime show featuring My Little Dark Cage by MGMT, All the Things She Said by TATU, L'amour toujours by Gigi D'Agostino, and Erica of course. Diddy Sprinkles sent $50. I see a lot of people switching up on Andrew Tate calling him a sellout. He's about to challenge a government framing him. Anyone would clean it up a bit. Prayers for Top G. He will be back.
Yep, very
Broken
true.
Broken sent $50. I think chat makes me feel how these super chats make you feel. PG32497 sent $20.
Impossible.
Have you spoke about Cain's apology to the Jews? What's the truth on that story?
What do you mean, what's the truth? He apologized.
Breast Milk Lover sent $30. Nika, have you tried breast milk? If you never have, then you really should. Winifred Gingrich sent $20. I bought my brother a Wang shirt for Christmas. It arrived today. Super good quality. The print is amazing. I'm low-key tempted to keep it. I gotta get to bed now. I'm women. I'll see you in the replay.
Good. Good.
Mr. Joshua sent $20. About yesterday, your parents can genetics max you during puberty. I know rich football parents that have given their 11 to 14-year-olds pharma-grade HGH to max their potential for athletics in hopes for playing college/NFL. If given during 11 to 14 age range, someone who genetically would have been 5 feet 10 inches can now be 6 feet 3 inches plus. Battle Axe 21 sent $20. Nick White when it's convenient. Fuentes. You're just like them. Smiley face emoji.
True.
The Hyman Hunter sent $100. So if America is an empire and expands its borders, taking more territories such as Canada or Mexico, what would we do with the people there? Obviously they wouldn't gain the right to vote, but would they gain citizenship to move freely to the states? Similar to Puerto Rico? What would be your America First policy for this?
Thank you for the big super chat. It's a really important question.
Noisy95 sent $20. Just completed all Nick YouTube content available. I was pissing myself at your delivery that you're like a brain in a vat on Brad's podcast. Steve Swan sent $20. In a poll in 2023, 26% of black respondents disagreed with the statement it's okay to be white and 21% were not sure. In response, the late Scott Adams described blacks as a hate group and said the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. He got crushed.
Thank you for telling me. I didn't hear about this.
Throwaway.
This news from 3 years ago.
Throwaway 420911 sent $30. I can see why you like Richard Spencer. He is more insightful and nuanced than people give him credit for. Alex Gordian sent $33. 1/3. Thoughts on the possibility of rallying the far right to vote for Dem reps this midterm? We create a bloodbath for the GOP. Maybe then they will get their shit together for 28. We back GOP senators to help keep Senate slim while using the House to show our leverage. Alex Gordian sent $33. 2/3. Dems will likely win midterm regardless, so why not use it to utterly punish and humiliate the GOP as much as possible for wasting the opportunity given to them in 24? Who cares if it results in a large House majority as long as the Senate remains split and we hold the executive branch?
Whatever. You're really abusing it when you split. I don't want your fucking 3 super chats. Send $100, 1 super chat. Not this, I'm splitting it up into a fucking page. No one wants to read your page of crap.
Kitten Whiskers 4 sent $20. Been watching your show since I was 15. I'm 21 now and going to graduate college in May. I've got a job lined up in the federal government. Thank you for everything. You've been a huge inspiration all these years.
Glad to hear
Sending
it,
love and
man.
prayers,
Love
smile.
it. Love it. Good for you.
Jeffrey Bernstock sent $50. Hi Nick, my eldest daughter is approaching that age and we are looking for suitors. Both parents are former Mensa members and we are deca-millionaires, mostly through founding startups. She has blue eyes, is primarily German with a significant admixture of English, and has a 92nd percentile cranial volume. Please let me know if you are interested.
I'm not.
Slaughterhouse Grow sent $20. They left Minnesota to rot. Can't believe I voted for these fucking pussies. I got red-pilled last year but now I get it. Fuck these people.
It happens.
Yukio Mishima is the goat sent $200. Do the Jew voice.
Thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate
Propeller Dog sent
it.
$50.
Thank
Happy
you.
Valentine's Day to Candace Owens. Roses are red, the vines you swing from are green. You may be a stupid sneaker bitch, but you'll always be our black queen. Yukio Mishima is the goat sent $20. Hey Nick, 37M. Celebrate my whole life. Praise God. Your journey has been a real inspiration to me, brother. Have you considered taking formal vows? God bless.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
John Bridgeford Hunt
dude.
sent $1,000. Someone told me I should send my cool 11-hour video back into Nick's chat tonight, so here it is. The Boulder City fake tapes conspiracy, not a theory. Listen, if we don't get an Uncle Ted-style dictator soon, pretty soon the next generation of iPad kids are all going to permanently vote for whoever ChatGPT tells them to vote for. Game over, man. Game over, Eno. Much love from Nevada.
Well, thank you for the huge super chat. Yeah, I haven't completed your 11-hour video yet talking about a fake traffic stop or something. I didn't actually finish that, but thank you. We found the correct link. We found the correct link to your 11-hour monologue or whatever on YouTube. But I appreciate the huge super chat. Thank you very much for the support. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can convince me. Maybe if you send me some more super chats, you might be able to convince me. I'm not sold yet, but maybe if you... I'm almost done with that video. You know, this should be a dialogue. This is back and forth. We'll communicate in this method. I think you got a chance, you know, but if you send me a little bit more super chats, maybe you could fully convince me, but I appreciate
Mark's
it.
Live
Thank
sent $20.
you.
If Republicans were smart, they would advise take charge of Coast Guard and DSA. Don't hold your breath. Niggas in Paris sent $25. If you do not despair, you are not repentant. Stop trusting the plan.
Okay.
Pilgrim Proud sent $50. I appreciate your show. You're the best. I feel like you're the national voice for people like me. Thank you for doing what you do.
You got it. Thank
David Samuel
you.
sent $20. Say, I spell, MH say, ood. Okie Grow Hyper sent $30. What's up, twin? First time super chatting. Thoughts? Joe Doyle 96 sent $20. Now you know how we feel when we super chat. You see that fishbag is selling the quarter zip now? You got the trend going, rolling on the floor laughing emo. Patty Ray sent $20. Every episode as of late is like being a voyeur to a Nick Gooning session over clavicular. Catboy situation looks straight compared to the tricks you're doing on it daily.
He deserves
Be Ready
it.
F sent $50. First you call Sneeko Jar Jar, then you say his cortisol levels majorly spike. Bro is trying to crack Brett. Let bro mog.
He's definitely trying to crack Brett, which is crazy, but I can't believe he didn't see through that. He's like, she said we have aura. I'm like, brother, she wants clap.
Cap off
Like,
the Yanis
just
sent
be
$20.
so for real.
You always talk about Syria's revolution as a Zionist-sponsored operation, but it was actually 100% the Syrian people and Jolani. Jolani is a great leader and Israel prefers Assad to our sheik. Assad was controlled opposition. Are you? A stinky African-American orange sent $21. Honestly, you should upload a debunking a verifiable crusader debunking Nick Fuentes. I say this because the comments are filled with grow hypers. Videos are... Zay707 sent $20. Hey Nick, I bought one of your Gia hoodies today. And on the topic of ICE in Minneapolis, do you think the shooting of Alex Preddy was justified? A stinky African-American orange sent $21. Question: why do you still label yourself far-right when you conceded to liberalism with... Owen Twist sent $25. Holy shit, I never realized how retarded Pam Bondi was. Subroom temperature IQ dumb bitch. She belongs in Florida writing tickets to drunk people on jet skis. Basil sent $25. Wang goes to Dime Square.
Hey!
Nothing but geeks, lizard freaks, and trannies. Disgusted. Leaves. LOL. God is so good. Delicious.
So good. W's in the chat. Thank you, Basil. Yes. Yes, the Wang half destroys Dime Square. Neutron bomb on Dime Square. Millions dead. Millions destroyed by the aura of one Wang half. You love to see it. Yeah, Jeets, freaks, trannies, disgusted leaves. God is the greatest of planners. So the most beneficent, the merciful. And you love to see that. Yes, yes. A Wang half has destroyed Dime Square. Truly love to see it. Thank you. W Basil, yes,
Low
delicious.
IQ grower sent $20. I thought the super chats were the demoralization campaign.
It feels
Mr.
like
Detailed
it.
sent $20. I created a clipping channel to help promote, and my first video was taken down within 10 seconds for violent extremism. It was you elaborating on who's involved in files, no swearing, nothing racist. Cool.
Okay.
Willie Nail sent $100. Not hating on Clav, but how does he get to run people over and commit felonies on kick, but you get denied?
I know. He's better looking. That's what it is. Thank you for the big super chat. When you're better looking, you do whatever you
Meeplemore
want.
sent $20. Are we all cannibals via fast food? Based Benny sent $20. I remember when you debate mugged at Milady in Twitter Spaces in the lead up to the election. That guy's biggest moment and failed. Haven't seen any of his stuff since. Also sounded like he was gamer voice maxing. What kind of man calls himself a Milady anyway? Glad Clav showed them up. Godspeed, brother.
Yeah, remember that?
Be Ready F sent $20. You have been vague on this. Can you do a small dive on Thomas Massey in a future episode? Think a lot of people want to know.
Jeez, it's just like...
Grow Hyper Del Rey 01 sent $20. Did you clavicular met Brett Cooper at knife? Are you gonna let him put moose on your girl like that?
Well, she's not my girl, dude.
Trailerhood 69 sent $20.
She's married. She's already married. We can't be doing
Trailerhood
that.
69 sent $20. Tom Homan shot down ice like Christy Nome shot her dog. Barbara Groy sent $100.
Yeah.
Kinda curious if you're gonna give up starting the show late for Lent. Skaden sent 50.
I'm giving up this, dude.
Skaden sent 50.
Giving up life. What's the #1 fashion trend you regret participating in? Life. That's me. I'm giving up on life. Maybe I'll just blow my head
Skaden
off.
sent $50. What are your thoughts on Alex Jones saying Candace Owens is a man who got Erica Kirk pregnant? Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Sounds legit.
Dodo sent $20. Sorry about what I said yesterday. I had 2 white monsters and I let it create a third. Griffin sent $20. What's up with everyone calling you the Chi-Town Demon Hunter? Jordan M. Nelson sent $20. Love the show, Nick. You are doing great things fighting for our Western civilization. IMAX ending so I can make a difference too. We all need to be the difference cause no one is coming to save you.
Yeah.
Cisco Chico sent $20. M27 and love being a Gen Z. Talk your shit, Nick. Fuck these old millennials. Foles 4 sent $20. RFK
Great.
Jr. actually
Good
told
for you.
Theovon I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. So fucking based.
It's really not, dude. Who does that impress? I'm not afraid of germs. I did drugs once. Anyone that brags about doing cocaine is a faggot. It's not hard to do cocaine. Every fucking loser does cocaine. Every try-hard fucking loser goes to a party in college and does cocaine. I did cocaine once. Yeah, everybody has snorted cocaine off a bitch's ass, off a toilet seat, and they think they're the coolest person in the whole world. It's really not that cool. That's just like a try-hard poser thing to do.
Grow Whipham sent $30. Republicans ready to defend the left-wing nutjob protesters before white...
It's like barely a level above bragging about smoking weed. I smoked weed once. I'm cool. Everyone does.
Grow Whipham sent $30. Republicans ready to defend the left-wing nutjob protesters before white America. No winning a war...
And if you're like doing that shit, you're gay.
Grow Whipham sent $30. Republicans ready to defend the left-wing nutjob protesters before white America. No winning a war while working with the insurgents. Love what you do. Keep spreading the word.
you.
Foles 4 sent $44. I'm at the 305 down in Miami, Florida in the middle of a 3-day booze bender. I'm drunk as fuck up in my hotel room with 6 other bitches and skanks and I'm forcing them to watch your show. Cool, right? Alspot sent $20.
No.
King Edward Longshanks built a reputation on breaking rebellions with iron and sword. If a noble complained, that noble would join the rebels in shackles. RW's politicians need to adopt this attitude.
It's like things that AI could never recreate. Some nerd. King Edward Longshanks built a... Dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Do you hear yourself?
Cuban Heelson Leather sent $20. Breathing all kinds of fire tonight. I tried to share the show with a J6 Capital tourist and he crashes out. Trump is like a baby blanket to these bland trusters.
Who needs them?
Wyatt Earp sent $20. How long before the people that made Vance realize he's a sinking ship? Surely if they're smart they will strategically align a Vance successor and pose this personality as the Vance defeater, making us think we are taking a new route but it's just the usual suspects behind the scenes again. Herblock sent $20. You talked to Charlotte Fang at one point last year, right? What did you think of him? Did you get the vibe that he's actually in touch with Peter Thiel, or is he just taking the money with no contact? I find it hard to imagine Thiel actually gives a fuck about an Indian man lad. Alexander the Growiper sent $20. How does the left interpret this? Here's a quote from communist literature in Minneapolis. Trump is not in a position to construct a powerful fascist regime. The movement in Minnesota exposed the weakness of Trump's government. Trump was forced to backtrack. This completely vindicates the methods of mass collective struggle.
Yep. There
Willie
you
Nail
go.
sent $20. Trump says pulling out of Afghanistan was the most embarrassing moment in our nation's history when it was actually him bitching out on the deportations. People constantly said pulling out of a war is ugly. People will inevitably die. Where is that energy for the millions of illegals the very same fucking admin let in?
So
It is Artifice
true.
sent $20. I'll take that as a yes. You've gathered the left is captured by Marxists and if anyone cared to dig enough they'd find plenty to invoke the Communist Control Act on them given who their friends are. How long did it take you?
Huh?
Ciagro Iper 1999 sent $20. How could you go about humbling the Floyd population through policy so that, in 10 years, the general population debitchifies? It seems that if nothing changes, hypergamy will only get worse.
There's nothing. It's over. There's nothing we can do. It's over. Don't you realize that? It's totally
Chris
over.
sent $50. Love the show. How do you explain the clear contradiction between a Bible that tells men to be self-sacrificing loving husbands and the natural masculine instinct to be disinterested in women outside of sex? Christianity is too gracious to women, ignores female nature, and creates cucks. Winning religions and races cheat on them and have more kids.
Okay, go to hell.
Zap sent $20.
See if I care. Well, how do you reconcile that with the red pill? How do you reconcile that with this old guy that writes on a blog? I don't know, man. Go to hell then.
Zap sent
guess I was wrong.
Zap sent $20. Your take on the Super Bowl halftime was your worst performing tweet ever. 0.00083% of the people who saw it agreed enough to like it. The Culver's double butter burger comes in a box, it's perfect. Open Door 1235 sent $20. John Thune is a retard. He needs to kill the filibuster because sure as shit once Schumer loses his seat to a progressive leftist there will be no one stopping them from killing it once they have it. The Loop Poop sent $20. Nick Fuentes is cortisol maxing on stream and you're asking why I'm blackpilling. Hudson Terry 05 sent $20. Looked into James Fishback, the guy running in Florida on anti-Semitism and America First. Turns out his last name is Ashkenazi Jewish. Seems weird. Certified Schizo 1 sent $20. Trump is also planning to roll back tariffs on metal and aluminum goods. Are you tired of winning yet? Matthew P. is a troll, please remove him sent $20. Saw a tweet of a 26-year-old white man saying that he thinks it should be illegal for him to date a 21-year-old. Why do white men love to self-police so much? It's genuinely gotten so bad that I believe the last white man will exist in 2067. Theodorish question sent $100. Take your own side is the message. White people are too comfortable and don't think what happened in South Africa will happen here. Hopefully it won't be too late.
Wow, so true. Thank you.
Johnny McConney sent $20. You see the number of views on your Piers Morgan interview on YouTube? Those numbers seem a little low. I think it should be more like 7 million. Dollar sent $20. Do you understand the weight of this? No, they don't. I would be shocked if half of these people even knew what you were referencing when you mentioned the Rubicon. We are not a well-educated people.
Okay, yeah,
Cyrus,
that's a really good point.
Cyrus sent $20. I bought your shirt many years ago. It says America First with nicked fluence 5 times with your eye censored. Was that your first merch release?
I don't know.
DC 10,169,700 sent $20. I'm in a group chat with a few Groy pets and they're creating and sharing AI-generated pornography of you eating women's boxes. Francesco sent $100. Thup.
It's not AI. No, thank you for the big super chat. I appreciate it. No, I would never.
The Country Club sent $20. Politics aside, you are great at reading human psychology. What would you do if you were dating a girl so that she doesn't start getting comfortable?
Like, why?
Shavery sent $20.
Just why?
Shavery sent $20.
Why
you know
are we
why you like
doing
Hamburger
this?
America and McDonald's? They use white or yellow onions for their burgers. You know why you hate Chili's and Applebee's? They use red onions on their burgers. Accept it. Vreel Marshall sent $20. Fishback censored on X today. Thanks Elon Muskowitz. Theodorish question sent $100. No fucking message.
Thank you for the big super chat.
Yukio Mishima is the goat sent $20. Have you looked into the Carthusians? Strictest order in the church, total silence, solitary cells, no contact with women ever.
Dude, fuck you. Seriously. Based? Have you looked at, they're the strictest and I never talk to women. Based. Oh my, like, it's so hard. It's so hard to pause. Like, I just can't interface with the public anymore. It's too painful.
Yukio Mishima is the goat sent $20. AF thigh highs when? Jamaican Keith Woods Grower sent $20. Hey Nick, I accidentally slammed my penis in the silverware drawer. What can I do to support the movement? Young fan of the show pursuing a PhD in Caribbean studies. Mr. One Ice Cream sent $20. Hey Nick, have you seen the War on Peace YouTube channel? Reminds me of Prosopa Insights.
No, I haven't. Okay, all right. That's our last super chat. Wow. That was horrible. That was actually the worst super chats of the year. Easily. Not even close. Worst, just one. Some of these were just unbelievable. People don't even know what it means to cross the Rubicon. It's like, wow, that's a really good point. What were some of these other ones that were really good? Some of them, I'm actually stunned that there's a mind behind these messages. It makes me doubt that man is created in the image of God, you know? You know how you have to grapple with the fact that there are like Pakistani rat people it's questionable whether they're ensouled. You ever see these? I saw a video on Twitter of Pakistani rat people. They're like inbred and have like tiny brains and faces. And you're like, I don't know. And then you encounter the super chatters that get the exact same feeling. You look at like Aboriginal people and you're like, they're definitely the missing link. So, yeah.
Caps 13 sent $20. Did you know Kevin James is Jewish?
No. That explains why he's so awesome and funny. These Goyim. I wonder how stupid these Goyim can be sometimes. Okay, all right. That's our real last super chat. That's going to do it for me. Remember to smash the follow button, smash the like button, leave a comment or don't or whatever. I'm on the air Monday through Friday. Thank you to our top super chatters. Big special thank you to John Bridgeford Hunt, the future autocrat with the 11-hour video. Yukio Mishima's The GOAT, America First Banker, Ape, Jewish Question, Titty Sprinkles, Willie Nail, Joshua, AF Attorney, Brandon, Broken Groiper, The Hunter, Barbara Groiper, and Francesco. Special thanks to them. Thanks to all our super chatters, everybody that watches. We love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your evening.
Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. It's going to be only America first. America first. The American people will come first once again. With respect, the respect that we deserve. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America